Alright, let's see if this works. So far, okay. Gigabytes a second is normal. Turning volume down. Waiting to get some feedback, letting everything load in. Okay. I think we might start. I think we might be live. I think this might be happening. Yeah, I've got so now that we're live, I want to get started. I watched the first episode of the Halo TV show, and I'm supposed to be cutting, but it's one of those days. I got a brand new bottle of whiskey, my favorite, Tennessee Honey. Absolutely delicious, absolutely scrumptious. Really tickles my balls. Um, so we're going to talk about the Halo TV show. I wanted to do this on a stream because I wanted something a bit more relaxed, a bit more chill, where I can just kind of have a stream of consciousness. Made a bunch of notes for the first episode, and I wanted to take y'all with me. So far, so good. Still getting a decent connection. Um, so before we begin, let me talk about just kind of my main thoughts on this first episode. Okay, I can almost tell practically that whoever created this show had their own story they wanted to tell and are using Halo as just a lens to see their show through, okay? Because you look at the characters, you look at the mechanisms and the way things work, the systems in this show, and you compare them to the actual canon universe. And that's where this show gets away with a lot of things, is because it's technically not canon. You can tell that they're wanting to tell some sort of sci-fi story, right? Maybe something that's heavily PTSD related, this and that. But they pitched this story probably to their producers, and the producers were like, "Yeah, but we can't really afford you to do your own custom show. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you the Halo IP, and you have to tell your story through the lens of Halo. So you have to use their characters and their universe and things like that. But we'll decanonize it so you can get away with basically anything. Um, yeah, gonna break it to you, Chief. This story is not as good as the canonical Halo story. This is shit. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that flat out, right out the door. Episode 1. I'm calling it now. I should have made a video earlier on this calling it out. Episode 1. I think the whole show is gonna be bad. I'll be honest. We need to have a serious discussion about the things that happened in this episode. It's not he's not clapping cheeks, all right? Not in the first episode. I mean, he does take his helmet off in the first 15 minutes, but that's standard. We expect that at this point, right? We're veterans of the sphere of this show. God. Oh no, lower than recommended bit rate. I might lag. Y'all guys might get some buffering. Oh dear. So, looking at a lot of the show, some of these things seem pretty pretentious. Some of this stuff just it's odd. Characters are acting odd, and I don't know how I feel about it, but you can tell that this is just gonna be it's gonna be a wild ride, and I'm all here for it. I'm all ready to make videos and do live streams about this because I want to talk about this a lot. So we will jump right in. So we start out. We've got your boy Jimmy Rings here. He's just chilling in his little thing. Oh, wrong one. There he is, chilling, absolutely shredded. That's the one thing I will give to him. Like this dude is jacked. He looks great. Okay. I'm not gonna play any of the audio, and I, for the most part, won't be able to play anything aside from just regular screenshots. But I want to jump to some of my main points here. So the first thing it shows us is it shows us on this random planet. I don't the Sanctuary, right? And this is quote unquote Operation Shepherd. So the first thing that they start doing in the dialogue is general banter. Here, let me bring up the imagery so I can show you. Oh, every time. Fuck. Okay. So right off the gate, decent looking picture. All right. It looks nice. That's the whole thing. Some of the stuff in the show looks nice. All right. Very pretty. It looks like they're keeping the pellet thing that they had in season 1, where you had this pellet that goes into your system and restricts your feelings and not your senses necessarily, but your emotions, right? And they talk about that right off the gate. So Chief goes and does his own thing. He leaves Vanek behind to stay with Kai, and they start bantering back and forth. And they are trying to flip Vanek so hard out the gate, because in the first season, he was probably one of the only people that I thought seemed to be a accurate Spartan. See if McPherson's here. He's probably not, after I told him I wasn't going to stream and then I figured it out. Maybe I should call him. He'll be my one viewer. That'll be great. So immediately he's like, Kai's like, hey, when did you pull out your pellet? I can tell you pulled out your pellet. Like, well, when did you do it? He's like, oh, 3 months ago. She's like, you feel any different? And he's like, no. Started watching programs. And she's like, oh yeah, of what? And apparently he watches animal programs, like I guess the fucking Discovery Channel or some shit. And so he's like rattling off. He's talking about different. He references some like a creature that can climb an 80-foot wall, I guess, because he's watched these fucking programs, and it's out the gate. It's very odd. It's complete flip of the serious tone that he had in the beginning, which, I mean, if you want to do that with your character, that's all well good. Oh, McPherson read it. Oh, if he's in, I'm gonna tell him, hey, I'll probably keep an eye on chat to see if he says anything, so we can have some conversation there. But yeah, so out the gate, they're trying to flip Vanek from being, that hardcore badass to just being, not bubbly, but he's a bit more quippy, kind of like in a Marvel sense. And so they're trying to evac this town because Covenant's here. They're about to kick ass. We need to get these people out. Yeah, let me bring up some other stuff so I can Riz on me. She's got the Riz. Ew, that's cringe. Stay focused on the mission. Blah blah blah. See, yeah, third civilian evac in 6 months. So they've basically just been doing a lot of evac missions. Haven't seen a whole lot of combat, and the main reason why is because they're using Chief, obviously being, having that whole issue with Cortana and him being kind of mentally unstable, pulling out his pellet, this and that, right? And that's where I want to stop you. Okay? Look. If you compare this to Chief in the games, we need a stoic figure, okay? I don't mind deconstructing our heroes if you do it well. But this isn't even like canonical, okay? This is Jimmy Rings we're talking about, okay? John Halo. This is not John Sierra 117. This is a pretender. This is some wannabe, okay? And I mean, the actor doesn't even think he can make a proper experience and convey emotions without using his helmet, or he has to have his helmet off in order to convey these expressions. That's where I have a problem. Because I got so much feeling and so much interest in Chief, and he never took off his helmet, and we never saw his face. But we got plenty of content from him that way. We got plenty of emotion and what he was feeling. We were there in the moment, and now this show is giving him PTSD, like flashbacks where he, things that maybe a regular soldier would have issues with. And a regular soldier would maybe contend with. But with someone like Master Chief, this guy's been through war. He's been through this kind of stuff. He's seen worse than this. One of my favorite things about the first season was all the crazy gore and how they just killed off a bunch of these kids instantly that were just getting high off their rocker. That I thought was neat and kind of cool. And it was something a bit gory, a bit surprising, right? Subversive, showing how crazy the Covenant really is, or how scary they are. This, it feels like it's drawing the wrong conclusions. Chief has these experiences, and you would think that amongst all this, maybe he shows a good face, doesn't tell people what's going on, but they focus so hard on him having these emotional problems that I just don't feel like it needs to be in this kind of show. The plot of Halo is interesting in and of itself, and they are completely ignoring it. The entire story of Halo is practically ignored here. I'm willing to bet. I'm putting a bet now. Noble Team isn't going to be in this show at all. Not a chance. They're not. Nothing's going to be canonical in this series. I don't know what the hell direction it's going to go. We're a minute in, and I've been doing this for how long? Oh boy. Oh, there he is. Hey, McPherson. How's it going, buddy? If you have any comments, I guess just comment. But I got some notes. I want to take you through a trip, buddy, where we're going places. So, we're doing a civilian extraction, right? Covenant are in. Shit's going down. People need to clear out, right? Except for this bitch. Okay, there is this old lady. So we have the captain right over on here. Let me shrink my face. Let me shrink myself so that way you guys can get a better look. There we go. So this guy right here, he's the captain, and there's a holdup because this lady. Let me bring up the image back up. I'm gonna have to go slowly just because I don't want to get any copyright. I gotta talk over it. I gotta bring up images. I gotta do the whole thing. Yeah, this fucking lady. She don't want to leave, and she is ready, literally, to die on this hill. She says, "Hey, look." She starts talking to the captain about all this sort of stuff. She's refusing to leave. She doesn't want to go, and the stuff that comes out of this lady's mouth, it's so high on a rocker, and I'm sick of it. She's like, oh, to leave this planet is like leaving a dying child or parent, which if you've taken 5 seconds to look at this planet, the planet's dead, man. Get out of here. And it's funny that she says that she's like, oh no, I would never leave this home. Not again. I'm like, what do you mean again? She left her old planet, and it died, and it got glassed. And she's like, no, I'm not going to leave this one. She's putting her foot down. I'm like, yeah, but you left the other one like 30 seconds ago. Like, what's the difference? Don't you want to, like, what's going on here? Yeah, she's like, oh, people have souls. We have souls. Planets have souls. And she's like, I'm not gonna let this, I'm gonna be here, I guess, till the freaking bitter end. See, McPherson, you know exactly how you feel about it. You don't like it, and that's okay. It's why we're here to listen, because we don't like it. Yeah, basically. Okay, so let me know when you're catching up, I guess. Some sort of shaman she is. Let's see. Let me bring this up to me a little bit and see if I can get. Let's see. Let me get some of her audio, see what she says, if my stuff isn't messing up. So Chief gets involved, right? He gets involved because obviously they're not breaking up. She's not wanting to leave. They're basically protesting their leave. They're like, no, and the UNSC is evacing. And they're making the captain out to be a bad guy, which I don't think is the case, because he's like, hey, look, if you stay here, you're gonna die. And obviously it's pushing it like he's kind of a dick about it. He's like, look, get your sorry ass in the thing, like, what the hell are you doing? What are you, some sort of pre-shaman? Like, what's going on here? Getting the Pelican, let's 86 out of here. Riley's like, what time? I'm gonna tell him. Now, bro. I'm streaming now. LOL. No, not Lou. LOL. Okay, there we go. So here she is. And he's like, "Look, you stay here, you're dead. That's it." And she's like, "No, she's determined." And so when Chief shows up, she starts joking, like making fun of the chief. Yeah, you're the same that came before, because he's the captain's trying to help, and she's just not fucking having it. And so there's a line where they try to make the captain look like the bad guy, where he's like, "I'm authorized to use whatever force necessary to get you out of here," which in this case is justified, because if they stay here, I can't here full screen this, but if they stay here, they die. That's their choice, man. And I guess she's freaking made it. But what pisses me off is Chief shows up, and look at this. Not everything has a soul, and everybody starts chattering as Chief is standing there looking stoic as all get out. Let's see if I got some more lines for you that she says. "Some things, not all. Some places have souls like this one." And she's like, "Did you know that?" And she's looking at Chief, and Chief is just he's staring back. Just chilling, right? And no response from him. And so sorry, I gotta pause. She's like, "He's gonna think about it." So it's like, yeah, you're making fun of the Spartan. It's like, bro, have some fucking respect. It's like, you know this, like, do you know what this guy's been through? Yes, I see you here, McPherson, my good old buddy. If you get any responses to what's going on, just let me know. I'll try and keep an eye on it. But yeah, this lady's over here making fun of John 117, the Master Chief. I mean, Jimmy Rings basically, but I get that much at least. It ticks me off, because you look at Halo 3, okay, in the mission, not the Covenant. It's the second or third mission after Sierra 117. Let's see. Halo 3 missions. Let's see. Crow's Nest. That's it. So in Crow's Nest, Chief lands, and when people start seeing that he's around, everybody turns and looks. He gets everyone's eye. In this, the only way that Chief is respected generally is just through dialogue. They're like, the great Master Chief 117. It's like, it's never shown. It's never really presented as such. It's more just stated as such. And that's a huge problem if you've got something like this. If you're wanting to try and create an iconic figure, you have to present it as such. You can't just say it is the way it is. I mean, there are obvious exceptions, but for trying to create a stoic figure, you create a stoic figure with show don't tell. All right? You can tell me 9,000 times that this guy's respected, but if I look at the people and I look at how everyone interacts with him, it doesn't seem that way. Let's see. So, moving on. Let's see if I can get some other. So, he investigates a comms relay. And this is when we get the taste of our first action scene. So they see this flickering going on in the comms relay, and Kai decides to not report it in. She sees flares in the sky, and she's like, "Hey, Vanek, should I report those flares?" And he's like, "Oh yes, random light flares that are happening in the clouds above us on that mountain pass, or that fog, I guess it would be, not clouds. Nah, it's fine. Sure, it's nothing." Chief shows up and shows up to that cliffside. And there he doesn't see much of the team. It turns out the team, I guess, got not distracted, but they lost contact with some of their members. I assume they were dead, and that's what that flashing was. Maybe they just didn't hear the gunfire. But he ends up rendezvousing with the team. And as they go, they're like, "Hey, look, I got to get y'all guys out of here. We're leaving in 5." Like, it's actually like allegedly 5 minutes in the show. And then all of a sudden these people start plotting. Like, they start dropping left and right. action fight ensues. Turns out these guys are using energy shields. Now, this is the thing that gets me. I think this is freaking hilarious. I gotta show y'all guys this bit. This bit's the best. See, hold on, McPherson. Sounds like that. The guy that's starting to be funny and lighthearted just gonna wind up dying. Now you said Marvel. That's definitely my hot take prediction. Sounds like this. So it sounds like Vanek needs to do some Star Wars Wicket training because that guy learned how to do better than this entire series from a dog. Jesus Christ. But yeah, no, yeah, he does come across as being new and funny. There, in fact, there's a line in here in McPherson. I sent this a Snapchat, and I'll let you guys know of the line that he says, because you can always say that you're gonna shove your foot up someone's ass, but the way he says it is very creative. Now this is what gets me. This pulled me out immediately out of this fight, because if you want something to be invisible, I understand making it kind of a silhouette that blends into the background, but you can kind of see it if you look hard enough. That's believable. But when it's got like lightning and strikes going down it and stuff, it's no longer invisible, okay? You're breaking my reality. And how much it distracts her is ridiculous. So everybody gets pulled, and she's just got a shotgun left, right? That's all she's got. And Chief's like, they're close, and she's like, how do you know? And he's like, I can the smell, and so I gotta pause it periodically, but they get into fights. So I think McPherson's probably gonna be a couple minutes behind me since I was streaming, so his comments will be delayed, and that's fine. So like, look, this is fine, okay? He's obviously pretty well disguised in this frame, right? So like you can see like the he's been shot, and so things are bouncing off. But other than that, in these like little gray areas, he's pretty invisible. So that works. That's all well and good. But then there's a shot, and I will show you, that really just makes me laugh. So she's freaking out. She's like, where are these guys coming from? Right. So right here you can look like this. You can barely even see it, like this aberration of an elite. That's fine. It's just this moment here that gets me. That is obvious. Not to mention that she's dead, right? She's dead to rights. And then look at this. He runs past. So he runs past her, doesn't kill her. Lucky her, I suppose. And then she fires off the shotgun. I can't get enough of that. Every time I see this little shot play out, it makes me laugh. Let me see if I can see if I can play that little section in full. It just always makes me laugh. Seeing him just completely run past her. Yeah, right. Completely run past her, and she just completely misses. So just oh, you love it. And already I'm like, okay, yeah, this show's gonna be wacky. It's gonna be something, man. With that, the fight scene ensues. Chief gets into a lot of melee combat, but there is another thing in this combat in particular that really grinded my gears in this fight. Let me see if I can pull it up. Again, don't want to get too much copyright. Right here. Okay. For any of you nerds out here, I'm going to geek out for a minute. If you have a thing like energy shields, I'm even going to make myself disappear. Oh, that's the wrong one. Make myself disappear. So you see what's his face right over here doing his little thing. Bring up my overlay. I'll tell you what happens. So when you have energy shields, they're meant to protect you from ballistic damage or any sort of damage in an assault, right? So what gets me is when people try to make an excuse that bullets travel fast enough to where that's what initiates the shielding. However, any slower attacks would be perfectly fine. Because in Halo, it's always you break the shield, you pop the shield, and then you do any sort of melee attacks, right? Chief, right here, takes his shit, throws his knife, right? Knife sticks in. It's like, okay, maybe he was injured, maybe he was hurt, right? Or his shields were already popped. And then he pulls out his pistol, and I'm like, okay, yeah, finish him off with a headshot or something. Boom. Shields. What? What? You're telling me that all the UNSC needed was a bunch of throwing knives and they could defeat the Covenant? Because it obviously sunk in. Just give the Spartans throwing knives and they're good. Why would you need to worry about, give them bows and arrows? Is that slow enough to be able to pierce, their energy shields? What if you use subsonic rounds? This is, the 25th century. Oh man, is my thing being stupid? Hold on. Hello. Maybe that'll do better. It's been glitching out recently. Oh no. Might be because it's fallen several times. But yeah, you're gonna have energy shields, and they only work when you're getting shot by handgun rounds that are going, X speed, but a throwing knife will be fine. And also you stabbing them and stuff like that. It's still a little iffy for me. Because I always think if you're in melee range, you gotta pop those shields before you can do any sort of real damage to them. That's the whole crux. That's what makes fighting Elite so difficult and fun in Halo. That's what makes them so much of a challenge in Halo, is that you can't just run up to them and bash their skulls in. You have to pop the shields first, and that sometimes requires hitting them once. Pops the shields. Hit them a couple more times before they go down. It's difficult. It's challenging. But in this, no, he's like stab, 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 duck, stab. And it's like, there's not much fun in it, Moving on from that fight, so he encounters a bunch of elites. He saves what's-her-face. There we go. Saves what's-her-face, and then he encounters all the badmans. Like, I think in his report is 30 or so. So he's screwed, right? This is the end of Jimmy Rings. No. They look at him with their energy swords drawn. He just stares at him, and you see a silhouette of a character. Who could that be? And then the elites walk away. Yeah. They just walk away. That's it. Really? This is what y'all guys called the demon? And you let him live? Going back to Mortal Kombat Annihilation. You let him live? It's ridiculous. It's completely unreasonable. Oh, other boys are in the chat. Cool. Ah, hello, guys. We're going on a trip in our favorite UNSC ship. Oh, that rhymes. Oh, here we go into our drop pods. Oof, my boy speeding by like Sonic. Why do invisible enemies always play freeze tag with their foes? Legolas could devastate the Covenant. Yes. Rolling down on his shield, firing him off. Oh, that's perfect. See, the thing is, the concept of high frequency, low frequencies for different types of damage is as sensible as for video game. Yeah, it's freaking ridiculous, this show. And this is going to be the best part of the whole series, is going to be the action, right? Everything else is going to be a downfall from there. Because that's what everybody's tuning in for. Everyone's in the first season, the action was what everybody paid attention to. It's like, oh man, the action scenes were great though. The plot was shit, but the action scenes were good. Now you're finding problems in the action scenes. So what the hell am I supposed to appreciate out of this show? Okay, and so we get to watch the planet get glassed, and as you can tell, Chief is in a very exposed situation. If this was, I hate to be that guy, but every 5 seconds. But if this was traditional Halo, this kind of blast would probably kill you, considering the radius, because that's a giant beam that is glassing your planet. And then they have this shot that those are all in real close range. Like I know that's a tiny village and whatnot, but when you think about it in terms of a whole planet, how many ships does it take to glass a planet? Because when they glass it, it's all gone. It's scorched earth. It is completely destroyed. Every square inch. I mean that's what you look at Artos from Halo 3 and he says, if it weren't for the Arbiter's council, I would have glassed your entire planet cuz he glassed like a city in Africa and it was like a handful of ships, maybe one ship mainly that glassed a whole city. You look at New Mombasa. New Mombasa, that was one ship. That was one carrier that started glassing the planet. And it was a huge beam. You saw when it blasts down in Halo 2, Chief has to fucking hightail it. He's like, I gotta get out of here because this blast wave is carrying, right? But no, it's like these tiny little beams. Tiny little beams. Pew, 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 beams. Oh no. They're glassing the planet. How tragic. And here's the best part. So, for those who were tuning in, there was an old lady who said, I left my old planet, but we have no right to leave planets because to leave a planet is like leaving a dying child or parent. And like I said, it makes her hypocritical because she left her old planet like, fucking 30 seconds ago. Well, no, she said it was 40 something years ago. So maybe she's changed her mind since then. They're glassing the planet. The captain, who they try to make off as a dick because he was ready to force her off the planet, he was like, look, if you stay here, you're gonna die. And she's like, yeah. So when I saw this scene, I felt freaking nothing. I felt nothing but joy as I watched these people walk to their doom as Chief looks on in horror. See, there's a shot, yeah, where there's just impending lava, and they draw it out to be this like doodah, where the ship's flying off. Oh no, like they're gonna die. But yeah, look at them, like they're fucked. They're so dead. And I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, you get what you fucking deserve. Absolutely. You want to stay here and die? Be my guest. I'm like, sit over here. No thanks. I choose life. It's like, I get the principle, but that's why you have the Spartans fighting to save these planets. That's why you have the military defending these planets. And yet they try to bitch at the UNSC for trying to evac them to save their lives. It's like the Oni were the villains for the most part in Halo. UNSC, they did some shady shit. Allegedly, all for the greater good. I mean, that's what Spartans are. That's the minutia, and that's what makes Halo so interesting. Is that yes, UNSC's done some fucked up shit, but in the end, without them, the world would have ended. There would have been no humanity. If Dr. Halsey didn't do the reprehensible things that she did to these children, then we wouldn't have had the Spartans, and we wouldn't have won. We would have just gone extinct, easy as pie. But in this show, it's like there's just you get the worst of both worlds. They complain about the UNSC and they, watch all this stuff go to shit, and it's all about how the organization is bad, and then we just watch as they destroy the planets and nothing is done about it. It's like, come on, give me something here. And then it plays the intro, you know, and then we get introduced. Oh wait, I gotta get through some ads first. So let me take these off so I don't have to listen to the stupid ad. And it bothers me. However, there is a character that does show up here. Actually, while the ads are going, I'll take a look at the comments. Let's see, McPherson. Yeah, maybe they're trying to be like that one scene in The Mandalorian. I think the 4th episode where they go to that backwater planet. Mando and Cara Dune say, "Can't live here anymore." See, yeah, I appreciate you calling me out on the live stream, trying to catch up. Sorry for the delayed response. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't care. As long as you just talk about what, mention whatever subject you're talking about, that's fine. See, I think the best way to show that a character has to be respected or feared is, let's see. I think the best way to show that a character is to be respected or feared, or however they want to portray them, is of course opening the scene or two. Episode 4, New Hope. Oh yeah, you talking about Vader? Oh yeah, absolutely. Walks in like a complete badass, totally asserts himself, immediate respect, right? See, Riley. Is this supposed to be a moving scene? I don't give a shit about these people. You're starting to sound like a Tamriel apologist. Yeah, look, it's for the greater good, all right? It might be reprehensible actions, but hey, it's more than just a planet, okay? This is galactic at this point. That the statistics that, they're exponential at this point. It's like, so they start breaking down what happened over there. Jimmy Rings has his, we're seeing his face again. Obviously, he is traumatized by the events that just occurred. He had to watch somebody die on a planet, and the symbolism of her going down with the ship, just ready to plot, and it's got him all motioned up. He's getting all the feels, guys. Really upset. And we have our Black Captain Keyes again, which, by the way, I like the actor. And so he's basically saying, hey, we're losing planets left and right. Covenant predicts that they will, destroy this planet next, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, this is different. Covenant was already there on Sanctuary before they glassed it. So he thinks that they're training for something. And I'm like, I get that. Sure, I guess, but why invade it first? It's like, well, there might be resources. Also, what I suspected, because this is Halo lore, is maybe they dropped in to try and find Forerunner artifacts before they glass the planet. Because that's one of the main reasons why they wouldn't glass Sword Base in Halo Reach, was because it had a Forerunner infrastructure below it. And I don't know if the writers actually know anything about that or not. But funny enough, some of y'all guys might know this, guys. Some of y'all guys might not, but I was excited to introduce you to this character. More actor. See, so let me see if I can get the shot of him walking in. We don't blah blah blah. Need the shot first. Okay, you can't really see him from this angle, so let me show him up. If y'all guys have watched the originals or Vampire Diaries, this is Klaus, which I really like this actor. In fact, he's my personal cast to play Edward Kenway. I think he would be a fantastic Edward Kenway. And he's a pretty good actor, which is why it really made me sad to see that he was going to be in this show playing Ackerson. So he shows up, and I think this is funny because he walks in the middle of this meeting and he goes, oh, carry on, what y'all were discussing. And then he immediately goes into a monologue about how much he respects the Spartans, gives them this whole speech. Let me see if I can get some of the stuff. Let's like, cause he's, Dr. Halsey's replacement. So now he's the head of the Spartan program. He's like, oh, no one can replace Dr. Halsey. There's a better shot of him. Yeah, that guy. He'd make a good Edward Kenway, and he's still pretty young. See, not here to replace Dr. Halsey. He's like, I believe in you. I believe in you. I always have. Yeah, look at that Chad. He's like, I believe in the Spartan program. He's like, I'm a big fan of you, Vanek. You know, he's read all the reports basically, and he goes on this whole spiel about, yeah, this is Kai 125, you know, and the Master Chief, and he's like, y'all guys are great. Keeping the enemy engaged in the outer colonies is the mission, so that way they don't invade the normal planets. But if you know the Cole Protocol, again from the freaking lore, they're not supposed to find out about our other colonies, our home colonies like Reach and Earth, until they either stumble upon them or they're searching for Forerunner artifacts and they so happen to have human colonies living on them. Yeah, and he comes across in the beginning as kind of maybe a charismatic character, but I love this. So, like I said, he comes in, sits down, and he's like, "Oh, you know, carry on with your talk." And he's like, "Oh, let me gush at the Spartans real quick." And then after that, he's like, "I've taken up for your time. Carry on," and he leaves. I'm like, "What? You sat down to listen to the debrief, and then you talked about how cool the Spartans were, and then you left. I thought you were gonna listen to the debrief." Because, you know, you're the head of the Spartan program. But I guess not. And so, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. They go on a leave. And is this where they have the bathroom scene? No. This is where they show the Rumble planet. Oh, my God. There's an image. I want this. So, let me give y'all guys a setup. You have this lady who is basically... there are refugees of the planets, right, from that have been glassed, and so they fly to this pirate planet to basically claim asylum. So, you know, you have your political messaging there, and so she's just giving them the shit. Like, she's like, these guys, you know, I mean, she's making fun of all of them as if it's like a comedy routine, right? She doesn't even let them address their names, and so she talks to this one guy, this little kid here. He says he knows where Catherine Halsey is, and wouldn't you know, but Soren from season 1 is listening in, and he's like, Catherine Halsey, you say? Maybe I might want to speak to this lad to see if I can claim that bounty, you know, and also bring Catherine Halsey to justice because she fucked up my arm. And so his trade was shit, and so this guy, she starts going through all of his tattoos, reading them like as if she's reading the doing a palm reading. She's like, "Oh, you know, like, yeah, what do you speak? Oh, thief." points at a tattoo, right? Kidnapper points at another tattoo. Again, trying not to get any copyright. Thug. Oh, what do we have here? And it's supposed to be like killer. So, you know, this is supposed to be like, oh, this guy's a big bad man, right? And so he's grabbing her and he fucking rips the shit out of her arm, right? I'm like, oh shit, that's gotta hurt. He's like, you don't want to know, because he's like, I've done shit. He's supposed to be a badass. Well, let me I'm gonna give y'all guys no context. I want y'all guys just to see where he ends up. She punches him in the throat with her microphone. And then we get this shot where she let's see. Hold on. Trust me, guys, you're gonna want to see this. I'm supposed to be watching Halo. The fuck is this? What am I looking at? She's got the microphone wrapped around his neck, and she's riding him like Bantha. Like, what the fuck? And I'm sitting here laughing my ass off, you know, a couple hours ago, and I'm like, I'm trying to watch some Halo, man. What am I looking at? What is this? Why? What is this plot? What is going on here? Oh my god. Let's see. Okay, let me read some of these chats because I want to stay on this image a little bit and try and catch up. Let's see, are you saying that we need to start an Action Rose Gaming? Oh wait, Sorry, Riley. We're in the Garden of Eden, gentlemen. The only way to protect it is to burn it to the ground. Preach. McPherson, are you saying that we need to start an Action Rose Gaming Snapchat? Because there's always room for another group. Or Jonathan Carr says notifications go per. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's the stream, concurrent viewers and all. McPherson says that's the worst shotgun scene I've ever seen, and I've seen all the Predator movies. So for the shield, I guess they're trying to do the Stargate version of the shield, where low velocity projectiles and objects can be placed onto certain things, or they can pass certain levels of energy. Because in SG-1, they tried to defeat one of the bad guys with a bow and arrow, and they found out that an M16 wasn't going to be as effective because of the shield. So yeah, it would be a velocity thing. That's the only way around it. But still, then you would just give the UNSC a shit ton of throwing knives and then, problem solved. I think it's dumb. I think it's a dumb excuse. I think, if you try to bash them with your knife, it should still be shielded, because that's the point of your shields. So I just wanted y'all guys to see this image. I'm gonna send this to the group chat and tell them that they should all be watching the stream because they get content like this. Let's see. What a beaut. This is why y'all should be watching the stream. This is Halo, by the way. There we go. Ooh, reacting to my chats. Wow. Okay. So moving on. Sorry, that threw me for a loop when I saw that for the first time. That is so fucking stupid. Let's see. Oh yeah, Rumble. Let's see. Yeah, Lee. Okay. And that's really all you get out of this scene in Rumble. There's not much else to it. We cut back to Jimmy Rings over here. John Halo. We got Ringman. And he sees the girl Perez, and he's like, "Oh man, it's like that thing that we did, a couple of days ago. I'm still real beat up about it." And she obviously is too. Everyone in this show's got some heavy fucking PTSD, and she's giving him the eyes, and he's like, "Oh man, shit." Let's see, there was a little clip in here at some point where he has a quick flashback. Yeah, there it is. So here, let me bring this up so I don't get any copyright. So yeah, it zooms in on Chief. It starts making this staticky noise. And he's looking at her. She's looking, at her sandwich. Hasn't taken a single bite, poor thing. And then, it cuts to some of the flashbacks of shit just going sideways, right? So then he starts to get interviewed by Ackerman. And essentially what happens in this scene, I'll keep it brief, is Ackerman doesn't, I keep saying Ackerman, Ackerson doesn't think that Chief is up to snuff, or the team, because they removed their pellets and because of the whole Cortana ordeal of season 1. He feels like Chief is unhinged. And in my opinion, he is justified to do so, because if you read the report, that Chief submits, or at least when he talks about it, he was surrounded by 30 elites, and I want to say Klaus Ackerson's like, "Well, how did you survive?" And he goes, "They disappeared." And I'm like, "Yep, that sounds like a hallucination to me." It might not have been. I'm sure the show is trying to convince us that it's not. Believe me. But Chief is trying to be like, "No, man, look, they show up, they cut out our comms, and then they glass the planet. I'm telling you, you gotta believe me, man." And so, but from this character's perspective, from Ackerson's perspective, Chief is fucking unhinged and needs to be kept on a leash. This guy is gone AWOL already in season 1. This guy is probably needs to be locked up, but he's too much of an asset otherwise. So I would think Chief's going off as rocker. I don't think it's out of the question to make that assumption. But they make the way the dialogue is presented, they paint it as if he's being hyper unreasonable, or Ackerson is, and that, you know, yeah, is there some question about my reliability? And he's like, yeah, kind of. So they have this confrontation, and then it cuts to our boy Soren, and not the advertisement, no. So we'll let that play out, and I'll take a look at some more of these comments, if y'all guys have made any. I don't know. It's all right. I actually like responding to comments. Those are fun. No comments. Oh no, that's too bad. Oh well. So sad. So sad. No, but so we're already, I think, halfway through this episode, and it's not looking great, man. It's looking pretty freaking rough, all things considered. So with Soren, essentially what we talk about is lady's freaking out. Again, have another woman telling the man exactly what's going on, and the man doesn't know any better. So, you know, we had the lady in the beginning, the old lady, talking to the captain and to Master Chief. We had the lady with the microphone who, you know, microphone jabbed the other guy. And now we have Soren's wife telling him, like, no, man, things are really bad. We need to get out of here. And he's like, no, it's fine. Everything is perfectly fine, man. You don't have to worry about a single thing. It's doing okay. And I'm just sick of that. I'll be honest. It's fine having, and I feel like the main reason why it grinds my gears about it being a woman, it's not a big deal. It really isn't. I'm sensing a pattern here. I'm seeing a pattern. Okay, seems like the women are always right. Men are always wrong. Just saying. And, you know, when that woman made her sacrifice, it was just the most, so tragic. I think that's really what grinded my gears, that they were trying to make an emotional scene. But it's a long scene to basically say, hey, things are rough. And he's like, nah, they're fine. And she's like, you don't believe me. And he's like, you're being ridiculous. And he's like, shit, shouldn't have said that to the wife, which is always true. Never, I know from experience, never tell your wife that she's being ridiculous, because shit will go down. There's some McPherson quotes or comments. Insert that horrible scene from Halo 5. I will not endanger my ship. Oh, that was Halo 4. From a hallucination of an aging Spartan and his malfunctioning eye. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing as, what was his name? Polanski? No, that's not right. Halo 4. Meme scene. Yeah, that's what it is. What was that guy's name? I know it's Commander Lasky that he talks to. Give me that chip guy. Maybe I'll do it. Oh, fuck. Just give me the name of the dude. Halo 4 Captain. Del Rio, that's right. No? Maybe. Is it Del Rio? Yes, Del Rio. That's his name. Was he? Wait, was he in something live action? They have a live action picture of this guy. Hold on. Added by post, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't say what it's from. See full-size image. I would love to. Huh. Yeah, he kind of looks like Del Rio. But yeah, no. Let's see. Would you take this show over a full-on cringe bachelor-style show with everyone vying for Chief's love? These are the questions I like to get and talk about. Thank you, Jonathan. Let's see. Would I prefer this over a harem style Halo anime? At least it would be justified in the sense that Chief is amazing and a Giga Chad. So it would make sense as to why all the women would be, flocking towards him. That I can understand and believe. Let me know if the stream is getting too slow for y'all guys, or if you're having any sort of issues. Let me know, because my internet speed here isn't terrific, but we'll make do with what we got. Hey, y'all get out of that shit. Hey, I will throw my barrel of monkeys at you. I do have a barrel of monkeys. Go on, run off, scamper, scram. What? Love you. Shay's just watching TV with some headphones in. I think, at least with you know, yeah, I would take it. I would take it just because, you put Chief at that pinnacle. Yeah, no problems here. Yeah, no, I think I would. I think I'd go for that. That would be great. That'd be fucking funny, as all get out, and I could appreciate that. For the cringe. The cringe would be great. I'd marinate in it. I'd sit in an ice bath of cringe to watch what was it, Johnny Cheeks just being in harem anime of all of the female Spartans. Just because I think it'd be funnier and it'd be more entertaining than what this show is. That's the biggest thing. It'd be way more entertaining. I had to sit through this, and honestly, I was waiting to move on to the next show or the next episode. And yeah, so, and again, we have another shot here. Let me see if I can bring a good uh image. Yeah, yeah. So here, for your viewing pleasure, we have yet another shot of Chief looking at Perez and getting some PTSD over it. Like he's freaking out, man. See, love on the spectrum, but it's just awkward Spartan dates. Yes, absolutely. Love on the Spartan. Love on the Spartan. No, just call it Love on Sierra. That works. That works for me. But yeah, we have another shot of him going through his PTSD of like, oh man, we went through some shit. Even though he's done many more crazy things, but this time it really affected him. And so he's really been out of shape over it, and he's really focusing on it. And she obviously is not handling the situation well, but with her, I can at least understand it. Oh yeah, look at that shot. She looks right at the camera. Oh man, the symbolism. It's so deep. It's like Subnautica levels deep. It's crazy. It's fucking, what's that bitch's name? I'm trying to make a metaphor here and it's not working. It's not Elijah. Shay, what's that singer? One that sings "I'm a Bad Guy." Billie Eilish. Eilish. That's it. I could only think of Elijah, and I was like, that's not it. Yeah. Thank you though. This shot, yeah, it's as deep as a Billie Eilish song. That's what it is. That was the metaphor I was going for. But obviously I took too long, and now the joke's over. But that's fine. So she gets accommodation for her bravery, and again, we just have they fucking harp on this, man. And I'm like, Jesus, let's move on. And we come across something that I find very funny. So we get another set of Spartans. Now they show up. Let me read y'all guys all of the dialogue that they show up with. So I'll have to clear the screen. Unfortunately, you'll just have to look at my handsome face. See, Master Chief and Silver Team can't be here today, and he's like, Klaus, aka Ackerson, is like, because they're out fighting, even though he's really holding them back because he's a bad man. And he's like, no, they're out there fighting for you. Vanek's like, fuck this guy, he sucks. They have a whole thing. Let's see. Yeah. So one of the new Spartans or one of the other squad shows up. He's like, "Hey, answer this. How come every time we evac to some outer colony shithole, it's all in a day's work?" He's like, "But when you guys do it, you're war heroes." It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So they immediately out the gate, walking through the doors, and they start talking shit. Like these other Spartans, who by the way still have their pellets in, their quote unquote inhibitor chips. If you think about it in the Star Wars version, they still have they're still pelleted in, and I'm glad I got this thing because otherwise pellet would come off way more harsh. But they show up and they just start tossing shade. They're like, "Hey man, how come y'all guys are like all the famous guys?" It's like, I don't know, because he's fucking Master Chief. Like, dude, who the hell are you? Jerome? I don't know. Kareem? Although Jerome in Halo Wars 2 is pretty goat. He's one of my favorites. No, this guy, I think his name is Kareem. Who the fuck knows you, Kareem? So he's like, I heard they brought in a bunch of empty coffins. And obviously that would set you off, because if you think about it, if you're in the military and you were doing an evac thing and a couple of your own men got killed, it's gonna hurt your feelings a little bit, right? It's gonna damage you mentally. Obviously, they're really trying to hyper portray that in this show. Here's what gets me though: these Spartans show up and they're immediately tossing shade, and so Kai responds by, "I'll put you in a fucking coffin, bitch." Makes sense, right? That is an accurate response to what you just said, because you basically said, "Hey, you sucked at your job and you got people killed." That is a huge allegation, especially in the military. That's gonna piss anybody off. So she freaks out. She goes out of, "I'll put you in one." Might not have been the best delivery, but appreciate it. Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh yeah." Val says, "You need to keep your people in line, Chief." And then someone says, "This is why you don't take your pellet out." Makes you emotional. It's like, motherfucker, you started this. You insinuated this argument. And not only that, you're putting the blame of good soldiers on my head. Yeah, it's going to make anybody emotional. Like, you're the one that's starting here being aggressive. That's an emotion, man. That's action. It's like, what do you got, what monsters are keeping you up at night to where you have to, come and vent all this to me? I'm pretty sure y'all guys are the ones that are being emotional, which then kills over the whole reason of the pellets in the first place. It's contradictory. Doesn't make any sense. Comments? Oh! See, the cringe from Halo interspecies harem would still not be as bad as the Department of Season 1. Yes. See, I think this show is reaching a bit. Oh, ha ha ha. Elijah's correct. That last name is what? Yes, of course. See, those other Spartans took the blue pill instead of the red pill like Chief. Facts. Absolute facts. Okay, so yeah, makes you emotional, and they have their whole scene, and that's weird. So Chief goes and he stands off to Ackerman, and this is when Ackerman really lays out the point of where he's like, you need to step off, man. Yeah, right here. Let's review. It's like, this is where he basically puts him in his place. He's like, look, man, you are acting unhinged. You were surrounded by a significant force of at least 30. He's like, yes, Sangheili. Apparently under the command of an elite who, how'd you know he was the leader? And he's like, I know a leader when I see one. Which, I mean, that's fine. It makes sense. And he's like, of course you do. It makes sense. It's like, makes sense to me. He's like, my only question is, how are you alive? And that's when he talks about the disappearing shit. And yeah. So essentially, he's calling him out. He's like, look, you're acting a little crazy, okay? She's like, nah, man, don't know what you're talking about. So we come back to Soren. Actually, I did forget in the conversation that she's talking about when she says things are getting bad. She doesn't just mean about glassing planets. She also means that Soren basically has had everybody do his job for him. He's had his pirates go and run jobs, and he would get a little benefit from it. And so they're getting upset that he's not doing any work and he's getting paid for it, right? And she's like, you got to do something to make up for this, because otherwise you're going to lose faith in your team. And he's like, all right, fine. I'll suck it up. I'll go. And so he's talking to his kid. And honestly, this was the most kind of okay part of the show. Not the best. Because, and this is probably just a disagreement I have with him. He's like, I got to go do a job. And he says, well, the kid says, but you said you didn't have to do any jobs anymore. And he goes, well, I got to show him who's boss, basically. And the kid says, he starts talking about monsters, obviously, because he's a little kid. And his dad's like, we've already talked about this. There's no such thing as monsters. Yeah, let me see if I can get that quote. He's like, yeah, you ain't scared of nothing and nobody. And the kid says, what about the monster? Now, if there was an alien race that was glassing planets and killing my people at a record rate, yeah, I would tell my kid that there's monsters. There are monsters, right? You don't teach your kids that there's no such thing as monsters. You teach them that there are monsters, but we are strong enough to fight them. You're giving your kid the wrong message. If you have them grow up where there's no such thing as monsters, they will grow up ignorant and naive. And then they'll be used. You don't want that. That's bad. What you want to do is you want to tell them, hey, there are monsters, and you need to keep a sharp eye out. You need to be smart, and you need to not do anything silly. And the thing is, when you get older and you get all big, you'll be able to confront monsters, and you'll be able to stop them. You can defend yourself against monsters. You have it in you. And that's inspirational to kids. Telling them that they don't exist, you're telling them a lie. You're not going to lie to them. And even he knows it, because the kid says, swear on my life. He even goes, he goes, AWOL, or not AWOL, but he goes hyper. His dad's like, say it. There's no such thing as monsters. And he's like, swear it on my life. And he couldn't do that because he freaking knows there's such thing as monsters. If you think about it in the metaphorical sense. And I mean, he says, snatch little boys and steal away their souls. Well, I mean, he's basically just talking about a pedophile at that point, which exists. There are monsters in this world. So, I don't understand. I know why they're trying to put this out, because of what happens later on in this episode. But it doesn't make sense. It's a bad lesson to teach your kid, and I don't think it's something that Soren would teach him, because he knows monsters. He's seen it on the field. It doesn't make sense for him to teach his kid in this kind of naivety. It just doesn't make sense to me. Oh, I even forgot to mention that. So let me backtrack a little bit. The whole thing with Ackerson talking about the reason why he's holding Chief back is only because of the only sort, or the only reference that he uses is because of the elites that quote unquote disappeared for some contrived reason, by somebody. And you know who that person is? I'll tell you. It's a secret. Let me see if I remember the name. Where the hell is my note? I put the note in here somewhere. Oh, yeah. Maquis. The chick that Chief banged in season 1. She's back, y'all. And she's the one that stopped the elites from killing him. She's cool. Why? Why are we going this direction? You could have just literally copy and pasted Halo 1, 2, and 3, and the fans would have loved it. But instead, you're telling whatever the fuck this story is, and it is a mess. It's a complete mess. What are you doing? I don't get it. I don't get it. You're stupid. Why would you use a contrived mess to set up a purpose on why Ackerson is holding Chief back? He's calling it a hallucination. The thing that was contrived. It would make sense for it to be a hallucination at this point. That's more realistic than what actually happened. It's ridiculous. Moving on. It turns out he does talk to that kid. And the kid's like, I know where Catherine Halsey is. And then you have, I don't know if you guys ever looked at the memes of Cyberpunk 2049 when Ryan Gosling is looking at that picture of that chick up on the frame, you know, and he's staring at her with a broken nose. We get exactly that. Chief is wandering around the city. He finds his old lady coworker who used to be above him and obviously is no longer, because when the whole thing with Catherine Halsey broke out, she was a fan of the Spartan program, and then she got exiled, basically. She lost her job. Got fired. Oh, well. My number was up. Yeah. So it was time for her to leave. And she's basically saying, hey, Chief, I believe in you. And he's like, that's great. And she says, hey, if you ever find anything, you let me know, and we'll be good. And he's like, cool. I'll hit you up. And so we need to run through another ad reel, because now Paramount Plus has a shit ton of ads that we have to get through. So I'll rip off my headphones for that. And we'll look at some more comments. If there's any more, let's see. I would like to teach the children that monsters do exist, but so does the 50 BMG traveling at 4K FPS. Yes. See, wow, Jeremy acknowledging human and non-human monsters. 50 works for both. Yes. Yes. But I mean, would never want anybody, to be harmed. I want justice done properly. I want it to be done through the court system, because this is also live on television, live on YouTube. So if there was any misdeeds or any monsters out there, I would have them see to it that justice be served properly and legally. See, Jonathan, Amazon just added ads. Well, for Prime customers, sucks. Yes, I get it. It's like streaming has gotten so bad, nowadays, where it's like, we'll sell you the stream. You pay for this service, you get all this content, and it's like, this isn't actually profitable, so we need to run ads so we don't lose out money. It's like, yeah, no shit. Disney just lost $1 billion last year overall. So yeah, I'm gonna say that it's pretty bad. Y'all guys ain't making money off of this shit. Just telling you right now. So we are back with Soren, and he's doing his little shindig, and he's going on this whole job. I'm assuming his ship has faster than light travel, obviously, because he traveled from his rock planet over to these coordinates. They find the ship. They're walking through, and the kid, when he was claiming asylum, he's like, I know where Catherine Halsey is. Please don't send me back to wherever the hell I came from, because it's probably dead at this point. Oops, my mic. And they're like, well, what do you want? Do you want a share of the bounty? And everyone laughs. And he goes, no, just to be welcomed into this place is enough payment for me. And now when he's walking into this building with Soren, he's like, hey, you want to split that 60-40? I shit you not. It's like, Soren, this is the Pirate King. He's already in the location. He could probably take the ship and leave. Why doesn't he just cap your ass now for trying to make such a claim, right? It's ridiculous. And then he goes in and realizes that he was a ex-Spartan, and he's like, oh, you're doing this to get back at Catherine Halsey because of what she did to your arm. And he's like, oh, I stepped too far, didn't I? And he's like, yeah, you kind of did. And so I'm like, what the hell is this kid doing? This kid's just pushing all of his buttons. Yeah, I'm like, this is ridiculous. And so they find the container that Halsey allegedly is in, and he's trying to find the panel. And whoop-de-doo, they're looking for it, right? And so he's trying to find everything good and proper. Let's see if I can bring up the proper scene. Maybe I should just spill the beans now. So yeah, here we go. That's a good shot. He got double crossed. Simple. He got double crossed. Turns out that kid was lying because Soren has done a couple of gigs like this where they thought they knew where Catherine Halsey was. This one seemed legit because it was a destroyed ship. But yes, they now have him under arrest. He goes to try and take them on. Obviously fails. Oops. Hey, Shay. Shay. You want to take a look at that baby for me? Thank you. No, you're good. I only say that because I'm streaming still. No, you're good. Good morning. I know. I'm gonna give myself a heart because I can. So he gets arrested. Gets his just desserts that way, I guess. And then we get to the Chief Cortana scene where literally he plugs in this chip of a random. This is funny. So I don't know if anybody's ever played Cyberpunk 2077, but there's a dollhouse where basically these chicks will plug into your neural network and they know kind of what you're into, and so they will model themselves after it. And so Chief literally walks into this room, sits down, and he starts making a chick look like Cortana. So I guess he can vent and, talk about his feelings towards. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Chief is literally in a dollhouse, on the edge of prostitution, of an AI, because I'm pretty sure this is an AI generated character. And he's going through a therapy session talking to her, I guess, about his problems. And I'm like, why are we doing this? What is this? What is happening? It's ridiculous. See, so he models her after Cortana. He's like, I really don't know what people say to each other. And she's kind of fucking looking at him like, ugh. And I think this is what everybody was trying to claim is like, oh man, how does Cortana look? Well, no, I think it was a different image. Maybe. We'll see. Because they released 2 episodes. So she's just kind of looking at him like, okay, man, sure, whatever. See, I have not played Cyberpunk, any of them. See, going to have to re-binge Red vs. Blue. This is pure evil, yes. See, that's not the only thing he will be using Cortana's picture for. Yeah, no shit, man. He goes through this whole therapy session, talking to her. I think there might be something wrong with me. That's, let's see, one of the lines. Like, there's a part of me that's missing. See, because I guess Cortana is taken out of him. Or sometimes there's a sound. It's like this ringing. It's like something in my head that doesn't belong. And I think maybe that's a part of you. That's embedded somehow in me. And she's like, oh, sweetie. She's like, you're fucked up, man. You got some shit going on. He's like, you miss her, don't you? And it's like, I mean, yeah, but this isn't the Cortana Halo relationship. This is something else, man. It's wild, bro. Some wild shit. So yeah, he has his own little fantasy, and we start hearing about monsters. The kid obviously sees that his dad did not come home and is sad about it. And so there's a chick that's basically telling stories about monsters. And he's all broken up about it. And who is this chick, right? Who's telling him about monsters? At first, I'll be honest. At first, I thought it was gonna be Maki, the Covenant chick. I don't know why, but that's what came to my head. Um, and she's like, you believe me now, don't you? And he's like, I mean, I guess, because obviously monsters took his dad, and that's sad. Let's see if I can. I'm trying to find the right shot that has her face in it so I can reveal to you. Oh, there it is. It is the chick from season 1. She is now with Soren's family, I guess. Chilling with them. And so, with that wraps up episode 1. However, there is a second episode that I have yet to watch. And that was going to be my special treat for y'all guys this go round. Is y'all will get a live reaction of me watching episode 2. I will have to cover up any of the footage unless I see it so I can break it down as I see it. So I'll try and talk while it's playing and let you know what's happening. And if I find something that needs to be discussed, you will get my live reaction and we will get to talk about it. So I'm going to go full double headphones in. I want to finish off the sips of this drink. And we are going to watch episode 2 together, technically. Let's do this. All right. Optimizing your video playback experience. Let me full screen that. So, just to show it, yes, this is episode 2. Get the ad out of the way. Watching it for the first time. I have not seen this before, so this is going to be fun. Of course, I can't show it, which sucks. Skip the intro because we just went over all that. Okay, we got Halsey. She's in a nice house. Soft music is playing. Cheers, boy. Oh, cheers to you, sir. You know what? I'll go ahead and pause and I'll pour myself another. I won't go too crazy, I promise. Give me a little break, get my legs up, walking around. I won't need it for this episode. Oh boy. So it looks like there's a little ginger lady, like a little girl that's chilling with Halsey. I wish I could watch this with y'all guys and just like have it rolling so y'all guys could watch it with me. But unfortunately, that's not how YouTube and anything works. I get it. It'd be stealing content, and I'm not going to do that. I want to play it right. Let's see. A ringing in your ears is called tinnitus. Don't worry, the UNSC clinic says it's non-service related. It says it's non-service related. That's funny as shit, McPherson. It's not a ring. It's more like a radio static button, but it's still really funny. So for y'all guys see, Catherine Halsey's in here with a chick. Oh, thank you, Shay. I am hot. You're hot. Jonathan says it's true. Oh, the gang's all here. Maybe this is how we all do our get-togethers. Is I just live stream and everybody chills in the comment section. Okay, so she's got a tea kettle. It's got some nice music playing. Good afternoon, she says. The ginger girl. 2 matcha tea cookies, 2 macadamia nut, 2 shortbread, and blue nectarine tea, says Catherine Halsey. She says it's my favorite. They're looking at each other. Ginger girl says, "Isn't it beautiful? It's native only to Earth, this little plant right here." So. What the fuck? She's like, "Oh, the I don't want to do it line for line because I feel like that's could also be allegedly copyright." Are you playing the piano? The cat's playing the piano. So they're talking about the tree, and she's like, "Oh, the when this fruit basically bears fruit, obviously." She's like, "You take a bite, and it's like pop, pop, pop in your mouth, and like little balloons filled with juice." And I'm like, "What?" She is a prodigy. You're right. Let's see. I also have this. What do you got? What do you got, lady? Show me. I want to see. It's a gray box. Please, she says some kind of game. Please tell me before I see, just so y'all are aware. Honestly, please tell me that it is the original, the first like board game. What is the first board game? It starts with a C, I think. First board game. Not Sinet. No, I'm thinking of an old board game. The one that's always on the backside of chess. What board game is on the backside of chess? Backgammon. Please tell me it's backgammon. I'm calling it out. I haven't seen it. I want to say it's backgammon. Let's see. You already have one? Okay. Well, I want to see what it is. Fuck. I'm trying to not get copyrighted here. Fuck. Oh, let me cover it. Hold on. I'm getting so many ads. It is. I called it. It's backgammon. It's always backgammon. Yes. The old people game. I told you. It's always fucking backgammon. Call it that shit. She was like, I think this is a board game. It's always fucking backgammon. It's always the one that they use. Every single show I've ever watched. Anytime they talk about like, oh, I think this is a board game. It's always fucking backgammon. Every time. Every goddamn time. If it turns into Jumanji, that would be legendary. Yes. Yes. Catherine Halsey plays Jumanji. Yes. Oh man, dude, I called that shit. Man, you know, streaming kind of fun. See, will you teach me? Yes. Halsey says, but first I'd like you to do something for me. She says, of course. Halsey says, I want you to tell me what happens when you leave here, and Ginger Snap is giving her a particular face. She's like, She says, I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Halsey's like, nah, it's fine. It's all good. She says there's another room, and it's a big one. She doesn't know what it's called. And they're talking about the board game. She's like, that piece allows the player to depend. Well, fuck. I'm shit. She says something about the outcome of the game. I don't know the exact verbiage. Hold on. God damn. That allows the players to bet on the outcome. Okay. She's like, and then what happens? Halsey wants to know what's beyond the room. She says there's a hallway. There's many doors. And behind the doors, she's not supposed to look. Catherine says, who told you not to look? And she says, the man. Okay. What? Yeah, right. Catherine wants to know about him. She's like, oh, you know, he's very nice. Someone's been sending you all the gifts. Where the hell are we? What is this room? Why are we playing backhand? Why does she have a nosebleed, the ginger? Halsey's like, I need you to tell me about the man. She's summoning Satan. I don't know. She doesn't feel very good. Halsey wants to know the name. What's the name? Oh. You gotta see this. Hold on. Imagine being on the set and seeing this. Hold on. Okay, so she's getting the nosebleed. She's freaking out. She's kind of scared. And Halsey's pressing. She's like, tell me the name. What's his name? I need to know the name of this man. and she just... just face plants into the fucking table. What is happening? What is this? What is this show? I was supposed to be watching Master Chief and like the Covenant and shit. What is this? Let me look at some of the comments, see if there's any good comments scrolling. Let's see. Right? See, the show would be 100% the best medium for. This is 100% the best medium in which to take the show into. Jumanji, yes. Shay says if it had been Jumanji, it would have been the best part of the show. Yahtzee. Jonathan with the fucking calls, man. Oh man, that's funny as shit. Catherine's like, oh whatever. God, she passed out again. It was like the 4th time this week. I'm kidding. She sighs and she's looking seriously. We cut to Kai, who's in a sports bra. She looks sore, probably from working out, because she's so cool. Or no, she probably pulled a pellet out. Or not Kai. Whoever this dreadlock chick is. I don't know her name. Val? I don't remember. Kai, the one that has the one that we know. Hold on. This is Kai. I'm sorry. This is Kai. Go away. This is Kai. I don't know about the other lady. I know this one's Kai. This one. That one. And so she obviously looked unwell. So McPherson says, hells yeah, sorry for spamming. I got a long drive. The responses are late. I don't care if the responses are late. I don't give a shit. I'm just here to talk, man. I'm here to talk. I'm here to listen. This is fun for me, dude. This is way more fun than editing because I get to talk about it and I get to talk to you guys about it live. This is great. I don't care how many views this gets. This is fun as shit. I get to talk about my feelings about this like in person. Dude, this is so cool. I don't care. This goes nowhere. And I think she pulled her pellet out because she's like feeling her lower back and she's like, oh God, oh, that hurts. Kai's like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, training. You heard what Chief said. How much longer are you going to keep this up? And what's her face says, I'm good to go. Kai says you could talk to Ackerson, take some time, get a chance. And Dreadlocks lady says, time for what? She says to heal. Kai says. Oh, Riz. Riz is her name. That's right. I forgot. I'm sorry. Riz. She says she's like, I don't even remember it most of the time. And I guess it's because of the PTSD and Riz is or Kai says, nah, we both know that's not true. You're messed up. You're a dirty clam. That's exactly what you are. She's like, I'm a Spartan, Kai. We're at war. I don't have PTSD. You have PTSD. And Kai's like, you can put the pellet back in. Could help with the pain. The emotional trauma of what you didn't witness, I guess, unless they experience something different that we didn't see on screen. It's just so tragic. Oh, and she says they'll have to put a bullet in me first. So cool. So cool. Elegant stairs. She walks away. New area. Looks like we had, Johnny Ringworld. You're a dirty clam. She's a filthy barnacle, man. I don't know what to tell you. What? I'm not talking about you. What's her face? Riz. Riz. Riz is a dirty fucking clam. She's a filthy barnacle. Most women are. You're right, Shay. That's why they shouldn't vote. We had it so good. Yeah, right. So Chief is staring at some screen. I don't know what it is yet. There, I'll give you give you boys a visual. Okay. Oh, here we go. Let's take a look together so we can investigate this. Okay, so we got Omega, Silver, Sigma. Oh, the Sigmas. S in the chat for all the Sigma males out there. It's me and Riley's meme. Or no. We're the Gamma males. That's right. Gamma isn't on here. Where's Gamma? Where are my Gamma males at? So we got Omega, Silver, Sigma. Team members, activity status, operation. Okay. Deployment engaged standby. Oh, I get it. Because John and their whole team is on standby. They're not being deployed. So deploy engaged, deployed. You know, everybody else is getting deployed or engaged, not her. Your alibis are slaying their whole writer's room. Or your ad libs. Yeah. Oh yeah, Gamma for the fucking win, John. The only Riz is this entire show. Let's see. The only Riz in this entire show is her name. The writers need to step up their script. You're right, McPherson. You're absolutely right. Absolutely. G's in the chat for the Gamma males. We suck and we know it. That's what Master Chief is. He's a Gamma. Or sorry, that's what Johnny Rings is. He's a Gamma male. Absolute Gamma energy here. You know, he fucking sucks, and that's okay. Gamma rays. Gamma rays? Yeah, that's that's great. That's great. Oh man. Oh god, I didn't realize you guys were able to see that. Gamma Ray Skywalker. Oh, facts, bro. She is got gamma energy up the fucking wazoo. You know, she's got gamma radiation. That's it's emitting from her. She has the power of the sun. She's got so many gamma rays. He's just staring at it. He's like, Ackerson thinks there's something wrong with me. Because there is, man. You're fucked up, dude. She's like, I never thought I'd miss Halsey. Dude, everyone loves Halsey. Except these people. Obviously, this show does not like Halsey. It's like they don't trust us. Well, because you haven't given them any reason to. Y'all guys... Season 1 does not give you much reason to trust. And he's like, do you? Ugh. So soap opera-y. She's like, do I what? Yes, there's something wrong, Chief. She's giving the fucking wild eyes, bro. Look at this. She's like, yeah, I think there's something wrong. We pulled our pellets out, bro. Have you felt that shit? Oh, man. For her? Yeah, I'm probably waking up the little girl. I'm sorry.
Makes it your turn.
It makes it my turn?
I've done it 3 times now.
Well, do you want to you want to take my place?
Oh, no, I'm in the chat.
In the chat. All right. I will leave this lady's eyes here. I'll give y'all guys the full frontal. Hold on.
Yeah, if you don't play it, can it be considered copywritten?
Yeah, so let me just there we go. There we go. I'll let y'all guys simmer on that for a second. I gotta
Don't boil. We'll get to boiling later. Got fatherly duties. Who can say where the road goes? Jesus, is everything okay in there? Oh no! You pissed her off. I did. Why? I think it goes perfect with the image though.
Oh, does it? Should I bring her out here?
No. I just assumed you were gonna give her her passy bag.
She didn't have a passy.
I know, that's why you give it back.
I don't know.
Give her a pass.
She has a passy. I don't know what step 2 is. What's step 2 past passy?
I'm gonna put her on the live stream. Fuck.
I mean, she's going to wait shit.
I mean, she is now.
That's fair.
It's like it's bright.
It's going to mess up my daughter's sleep schedule. It's fine. Whoa.
It wouldn't be messed up. You'd stick to it, you know.
You know?
Like during the week, you're like, yeah, I gotta go to bed at 7:30, and she's like, yeah, let's do that. And on the weekend, you're like, screw that. She's like, but why, Dad?
She's like, why? Why are you like this? Let me fix this. This is a mess. This is amazing. I know. She's a fucking button. Game of Spartan. Parenting ASMR finally. Yes. I'm just glad your guys are willing to sit through all this shit with me.
I think it's funny that whenever she does yell, it's very guttural. Sounds like a gremlin. Oh, you're gonna make me take her. I see how it is. I can get her to go to bed, but you know, if you wake her up, I have to take her.
I'll try to be more quiet going forward. How about that? Since it is so late at night, I will try to be more quiet going forward. We got to be quiet, team. We gotta let him know.
Do you really need this light?
Ah, you can cut it off. It's you know,
There.
in the evening hour. Oh,
You told me I could cut it off.
you're right. You're right. I
You
should
just
cut it.
laid the baby on me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here, let me cut that off. We can dim everything. Turn off all of the lights.
We got a potato sack, baby.
There. Give it that nighttime look. Make everything dark and brooding. All around me are familiar faces. Huh?
Parenting.
Yeah, basically. This is how we parent. So she's like, oh, okay, so Kai says it's only been 6 months since. What? Since they took Cortana out of your head. Like, I mean, even though Cortana's out of his head, physically, she lives in his head rent free. He's like, it's not that. And she's like, well, what the fuck is it then? She's like, I know you. Oh, no, don't do that. Hold on. Don't do that. Y'all guys remember Halo 5? When should I lower the brightness? Let's see. Oh, that's way too dark. That's good. That's good.
I think you should make it dark.
So dark, dark and brooding. No. He says I saw her. So, y'all guys remember in Halo 5 when she was getting visions of Cortana? You remember how that was a shit plot? And he went searching for her, and he eventually found her, and then she took control of all the Forerunners, or she took control of the mantle of responsibility, and then fucked up the UNSC and sent them back 20 years technologically. Well, I mean, because they didn't have AI. Probably even back further. So that was terrible. Hey! Get out of there. Is he? I think this man's actually hallucinating. I think this guy's off his rocker. Yes. See your comment? Which one? It hasn't popped in yet. I haven't seen any comments.
Said something earlier after he said gamma ray.
Gamma ray? Yeah, no, I didn't see any. I see a haunting image to leave us with.
Yeah.
McPherson says,
I really didn't post.
aw. Well, post it. McPherson says the way you say all those pellets, the way you say all those pellets out make you think of a Joe Rogan podcast. You want to be real Spartan, pour your pellet out, open up to the entire world possibilities to becoming F. Halo 5 was a rough playthrough. Yes, that was terrible. I played it once, never again. I will not play that campaign again. So he's getting visions. Oh God, that's right. I keep forgetting the fucking copyright. I gotta take that away. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I wish y'all guys could watch it with me. She's like, who? You saw who? He's like, I saw my mother. I don't know. Pause. McKee on Sanctuary. Oh fuck. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's right. He did see what's her face. He saw that bitch. I didn't show it, but she was wearing a hood. She was very far away. You could tell it was a woman just by the stature. But yeah, no, it was McKee on Sanctuary. He's like, I saw my babe. She's on Sanctuary. Tear, emotional music. It literally, yeah. When I say emotional music, I mean emotional music. Like that expression. Well, I'm glad you appreciate the artsy gloom vibe. I don't know how I always try to keep everything pretty nice and bright. I don't know.
Maybe it's because I can't cut.
Oh, maybe. And yes, we are being artists out here. It is what we do. Halo CE 3 lives in my head free. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. She's like, McKee's dead, and he's like, I know. No, she's not dead. They're gonna bring her back for whatever reason. I didn't remember her dying. If she did, I was glad she was dead. But if they brought her back, I think that makes things worse. She died and came back? And they wrote it in that way? Bro. You kill off a character that's shit and then you bring her back? Bro, what the fuck? Let me lower this. I'm getting a little loud. She's like, I shot her myself. Oh, I see. So Kai did kill her. He's like, I know. She's like, okay, man, sure, pal. Whatever you say. This man's fucking going crazy. Wait, you're telling me? Oh god dang it! I always have this fucking overlay. So y'all guys saw that. You tell me you have this guy physically moving all of these from standby to deployed. Why don't you just automate it? You could just use a screen. That would save you so much time and energy and manpower and money. Why? Excuse me. That's stupid. That's a dumb idea. Right there. You can see him over in the bottom corner. Yeah. That's a dumb person. He's supposed to take the standby or the deployed and he's supposed to flip them. Flip them to say something else. They could have done a Rogue One-esque Fall of Reach movie. That could have been dope. Oh, dude, that would have been so fucking dope. Having the Noble team going out. You don't even have to cover like all of the bases. You just, you establish, the characters in a couple of scenes, like in the first mission, right? That way you establish, and they basically kind of do that in that mission. They establish all of the characters, right? Everybody, you kind of know how everybody acts. So once you get everybody established, then you start showing, in that scene, you also show how beautiful Reach is. And then over time, you watch it fall and burn and slowly turn to dust until it is nothing but ash, and you watch the characters slowly get killed off, piece by piece. I feel like it'd be better to put the majority of it in the third act. And of course, having something like George being like the death of the like in the ending of Act 2. That way it's like oh man, this is the turning point. This is when I feel like that would be the point in the movie where things really start to go awry, like the death of George. I think it's George 052, right? Am I that much of a nerd? Do I know that deep of the lore? Let's see, George. Yeah, George 052. God, I know way too much about Halo, man. Yeah, George 052. What a Chad. But that would be like the end of Act 2, and then it would go towards the Fall of Reach, and then you'd have, Captain Keyes and all that sort of stuff. You can drop in so many good characters. It shows. See, the thing about Halo that this show doesn't understand is that like things like Halo Landfall understand. If you've watched that on YouTube, Halo Landfall, it was a promotional for Halo 3. fucking amazing. Okay? Halo is about sacrifice, self-sacrifice. It's about humanity being on the brink of extinction and us doing everything we can to survive and us relying on Spartans. I feel like Halo is the blend of Star Wars and Star Trek. You know, it can do both if it wanted to. It's got the actiony portion of Star Wars, and it's got like the real good sci-fi, interesting stuff of, you know, the Forerunners and the Covenant religion and stuff that you could use that are kind of Star Trekky, and just the sci-fi stuff in general, the tech, right? And then of course all that would be perfect for a Rogue One movie where, you know, I mean, everybody does die at the end. It works. I mean the scene of Noble Six on his final mission, that lives in my head rent free. You know, him looking at the battlescape of Reach that he's fought so hard to protect, and now he's the last one defending it. Dude, the symbolism behind that scene is incredible. Your character, the character that you've built up, that's fought and watched as members tick off left and right, people that you've built with, not just random NPCs, not just random Marines that you know, like in this show, you know, they killed off a couple Marines in the first 5 seconds of the show, and that's supposed to be traumatic, and it is to a particular extent, right? But when you have characters that you understand, characters that you know, characters that have personalities, none of those. I bet those were like Marine 1, Marine 2, Marine 3, Marine 4. They didn't have names. They didn't have any sort of personality because they didn't give them anything. You know, Noble Team, everybody's got a personality. Carter, Kat, George, Emil. You know, fucking, June, Noble Six, all of them. They all have character. You know them all. And watching them all die, you know, you feel like you're actually experiencing a loss. You know, instead of an NPC loss or a small character loss is different from a real character loss. Jonathan, I just asked ChatGPT about the flaws in the show, and its response was, "So long, my phone started glitching." True. That's amazing. That is amazing. But yeah, no, a Rogue One movie would be perfect for something like Halo Reach. Like, yeah, what would it be? Halo Reach, a Halo story or something like that? Or no, Reach, a Halo story. That would be good. Dude, be so good. We're only 6 minutes into this show. Fuck. This is gonna be a long night. I gotta be quiet for the baby. Kai's looking at the screen. Fucking eyes, man. I can't get over that, dude. She's staring down that shit, man. She's going off her fucking rocker, dude. Yes. It pertains? We watched something on Netflix about the Arbiter. Halo Legends, probably. Was it animated? Yeah, that was Halo Legends. Oh man, yeah, that would have been so good. Is it the one where you had the two? Yeah, yeah, Thelvadam. Yeah. I'm so glad that you rubbed off me on as much as that you know the name. Yeah, you know the name of the Arbiter. That's so cool. It's kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, yeah. Well, funny enough, I didn't play a lot of Halo 2 until the anniversary came out, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually really good. Oh yeah, no, well, the thing is, my brother obviously was player one, which means I was the Arbiter. Yeah, and so he was my absolute favorite. Yeah, we're the second born, so we get the short straw, but also that what, the Halo 2 or the Legends. No, no, no. It was just it was let me see. Hold on. Well, it was a different Arbiter. It wasn't exactly Thel, was he? Halo Legends. Halo Legends is yeah. Right. So, Halo Legends is a collection of 7 short films set in the Halo universe, financed by the franchise's overseer, 343 Industries. I didn't know that was 343 that made that. That's really good. Good on them. Let's see. No, it was a couple of see, directors Frank O'Connor, Toshiyuki Kano, Takahiro Tanaka, and more. It was distributed by Warner Bros. Produced by Bonnie Ross, John Ledford, Joseph Cho. So yeah, it was just a bunch of it was a couple of fan stuff. Really, it wasn't anything too crazy. Okay, let's see. Gotta hit the sack. Had a fun time. See y'all Saturday. See you Saturday, bro. That's gonna be fun. Get some rest. I'm gonna keep streaming. I would say before you leave, um, if it would mean a lot to me, after when
Like and subscribe. No.
not like and subscribe. No, but I mean, I still got 30 at least 30 minutes to go. So maybe watch the last 30 minutes or the last finish this whenever you can. I would appreciate it. That'd be fun because I think it's gonna be a fun journey. I think it'll be a fun journey. Let's see. Oh god! Every time I forget to move the thing, he's looking at the dude that's moving the shit. And he's like, "What are you doing?" Or no, he's talking to Kai. Oh, he is talking to the dude up there, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And the guy's like, "What?" And he goes, "Stand by." Share with a like and subscribe. Yes, yes. He's like, "Why'd you change that?" He's, yeah, you take care, sir. You have a good night. Have a good night. Let's see. Yeah, we've been streaming for nearly 2 hours now. That's not bad. Let's see, he's obviously getting upset. He's like, they're still out there. They haven't come back yet. Why are you putting them on standby? Oh boy. Are they dead? He's like, where's Kobold? He's like, I'm just doing my job, man. I don't know what's happening. She's like, we're trying to figure that out too, bro. He's like, where's Cobalt? He's like, I don't freaking know. They told me to change the board, so I changed the board. And they want to know who changes the board or who tells them to. And he won't respond. He's like, is it Keys Ackerson? And he's like, unresponsive. And so he's like, change it back. Kai's giving him more of the evil eye. Skipping the intro. Fuck that shit. Don't need that in my life. We skip to a food diner of some sort. Energetic chatter. Steam hissing. That's what it says. We got Chick Face. Yes, Chick Face from before. She is back in action. Our Wayman protagonist. And we have a white male. Look at that face. Look at his outfit. What are you wearing? What is happening here? I'm going to judge very harshly on this man's flavor profile of general wear. This is gross. It looks like he's wearing the salt flats as a jacket. Y'all guys remember that scene in Bug's Life when the bird is hopping around all the crevices and it's trying to eat all the bugs? That's what his jacket looks like. It looks like the surface of that land. Just dry, cracked earth. Gross.
Dry, wet land.
Dry wetlands, yes.
I can't see it. I'm only
They're beeping everybody. What the fuck? They're checking their ear or something? What are you doing? Yeah. Well, I guess, checking everybody's ear. She grabs something off of a table. She's being all sneaky. She looks sketchy as fuck. If anybody saw her, I would immediately ping her as like, this bitch is doing some sketchy shit. See, McPherson. June, as far as I know, he lived. Yes, he did live. He wasn't a Spartan, just a Marine with Spartan armor, because he was that good of a shot.
How did he lug all that around?
No. He was a Spartan. June was a Spartan. He was a Spartan 3.
I was gonna say I don't think you could
Yeah, I know.
Not be a Spartan.
Hugh, like anybody who didn't receive augmentations could not carry Spartan armor because it would destroy their body, as happened with an ODST who tried to put on the armor. It fucking destroyed him and he killed himself.
Puts on Spartan armor, voluntarily gives up willing legs.
Yeah, voluntarily gives up the use of his legs because they're broken. Yeah, no. June was a Spartan, and when he retired, he now this is all 343, but he was the guy that recruited. I think he recruited Buck to become a Spartan, if I'm not mistaken, because he became a recruiter when he finished his deployment and all that with Halsey. He basically got her out of Dodge, and he ended up starting. He ended up doing recruiting and got out of combat. But no, he was technically a Spartan. And yes, he is awesome. But no, he is a fantastic fucking shot, and he was a great asset to the team. Tense music. The beeper thing is blinking blue, and he's like, "Meh." He's looking around like, "Clive, we've got one," he says. Woman coughing, energetic chatter. She's moving through a crowd, it looks like. Still being pretty sketch. You know, I'll give y'all guys a little quick visual of her. She's just, yeah, moving through the crowd. She's got something in her hand. Not sure what it is. I gotta keep it brief, otherwise I'll get copyrighted. Unfortunately. She ducks. She's going down a hallway or a tunnel, it looks like. Lots of metal, lots of props. I like the set design. Some of this stuff looks good. I wish there was more. It was more Halo, you know. She's got a green thing in her ear, and it looks like I think she's trying to pop it out. And that guy that I was talking about earlier looks like he's found her. So she covers up her hair, pretending not to care. And as you can tell, I don't think he's buying it. That face is doesn't look like he's buying it to me. He's like, yeah, you look like you're trying to do something sketchy. Are you a thief? That doesn't belong to you, he says. And he says, but you belong to me. Oh, she's a slave. Oh no. Well, I guess this is on that pirate world.
Reparation.
Reparation. Yeah, reparation. She needs reparations. She does. You know, her dad died because he shot an AK-47 and ran at an elite at point blank range when he had a ranged weapon. You know, because he's a fucking dumbass. No, she's definitely Asian. Yeah. You're indentured to the spiffs. What a. You know, remember when you had like the Bloods and the Crips? Nah, now we get the spiffs. 2552, we got the spiffs now, bro.
It's like another addition to the tables in high school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's another table.
Jocks,
Yeah, you got
nerds,
that.
you got the goths, you got the
The jocks, the goths, and the spiffs. She's like, I don't think so. Oh, and she's being very, very. I wouldn't say woke about it, but she's like, I don't think so.
being very Asian about it.
McPherson says, "Thank you for correcting my misconception. I never knew what happened to June after Reach. Let me just verify. See, is June a Spartan?
I feel like it makes sense for him to be a Spartan because he's got Spartan armor.
Yeah, he's got
I feel
Spartan armor.
like he would be able
See,
to carry around if he weren't.
yeah. Let's see. June A266 is a Spartan 3 super soldier and acting chief of staff as the Spartan Operations Division of the United Nations Space Command, trained as a part of an Alpha company with the Spartan 3 program.
We don't make outlandish claims. We actually fact check around.
Yeah, we fact check. We double back. You know,
You should look her up, the actress, to see if she's actually Asian.
I hope they can hear you because, man, some of your shit's funny. June's talent as a marksman and combatant distinguished him from the rest of Alpha Company. So yeah, no problem. I mean, I'm a fucking nerd. It's what we do. You know, it's how we live.
Don't worry about me. I won't just pick on the Asian.
Yeah. She's like, I don't think so, and he's like, well, the tag says otherwise. very dystopian. And yeah, she's obviously running. And he's like, "No, stop! Drop the gun!" Drop the gun. What? She's running. Somebody's trying to grab her. What the fuck was that? What the fuck? No, the editing was weird. Let's see. Okay, let me. Oh, y'all guys are seeing it. Shit, I keep forgetting to take this off of the fucking. To take it off the stream so I don't get copyright. So she's running. They grab her, and then look at this editing. Like, oh, that was an obvious cut right there. That was such a cut. Or not, maybe not a cut, but a speed to make it look like it was more impactful than it was. It was something we did in Round Robin 3, or something that the editors did in Round Robin 3, when Jace is bashing that chick's head in with an oven door. If you haven't seen it, you should watch Round Robin 3. Shameless plug, but they speed up the action to make it look more intense. And sometimes it's more obvious, sometimes it's less. So, you gotta pick your battles. You gotta make sure it looks good. And, Round Robin 3 wasn't perfect. I'll try and be quieter, I promise. I'll bring y'all guys closer to the microphone. Oh, no, don't fall. I'll turn up the gain so I can talk quieter, since I gotta be quiet due to the baby. But yeah, so they sped it up a little bit to try and make her seem more impactful with the little jolt right there. So let me cover that up. Press play. She throws him over the fucking. Oh, no. Why did they say drop the gun? Who's got a gun? You guys need to see this. This is fucking funny. Look at this. So she throws him over the side. Right, he does a wild haymaker. Looking. Both of them are grunting, mind you. I feel like I should point that out. All right. Just throws him over the side. Look at this. This dude gets fucked up. So, I don't know if y'all guys know this. While we're sitting on this freeze frame, throwing somebody over the side is not an easy task. It is actually quite a difficult one, because this dude, who's got a little bit of a belly, right? He's decent frame. I would say he's probably like 180, 185, Probably maybe a bit. He might be a bit heftier. You never know. Depends on his height. It is not easy to throw a person, especially if they were standing like 2 seconds ago. So she throws him over the side. Boom. It's fucked up. I enjoyed that. No, that was nice. But I don't think she could have thrown him like that. That would not have been that easy. So she continues to run. Clive apparently is that guy's name. That was trying to hunt her from the get-go. She's doing some quick parkour. They're going through a chase. We got a chase scene going on, basically. She bashes a bottle over his head. What the fuck was that? The fuck just happened? Okay, let me see if I can catch that for y'all guys. Hold on. Does her little parkour? Yeah, she's doing a lot of parkour shit. But yeah, bashes it over his head. So let me pull this up. So right here, mid bash. Okay. Yeah, mid bash. Right here. I guess she leaps. Maybe. I guess I gotta pause for copyright, but she slams head. Looks like it's the countertop. Fuck, dude. It looks janky from watching the whole thing. Let me watch it one more time. Just watching him go. She's does her little thing. Psh, then bam. Yeah, that looks janky. Oh, that dude's doing some insane parkour. That dude, well, it's not insane, but he's definitely, he knows his stuff. Sure. So yeah, we got a free running scene. He's doing some vaults. It's like 2012 all over again. Um, they're in a hallway. He's running for it. He's gunning. She slides down a tube. Uh, they do not follow suit. They go around, which is kind of odd. Uh, she's fell into a big tunnel. Looks like a train station of some kind, like a subsystem, subway system. She's looking around. Her thing is still popping. It looks like she wants to remove it, but it makes she what. Okay. McPherson. One does not simply hip throw another human. No, it is not. Yeah. I thinking about that physically, not an easy thing to do. To just throw somebody over like that. That's not easy. Not easy at all. So we get this shot of her with her little thingamajig in her ear, right? And then she does her little grabby grab. It doesn't look like she pulls it any, is the thing. So she's made purchase on the antenna in her ear, I guess. And now she's gonna pull on it. Oh, I gotta pause for copyright because it's fucking anal, and you never know. I'm probably going to end the stream and I still get copyright claimed for something. Pulling, didn't really do anything, right? It was just kind of like, oh, I'm pulling so hard. I'm moving my head to make it look like I'm pulling, but I'm actually not, right? And then, she screams, clink, clink, clink. Bingo, bongo, bongo. She pulled her little thingy out. Good for her. Good for her. She is now free. And now Dude Face just showed up. And they're looking for her. Oh, it's a conveyor belt that sends shit into space. Oh, that's cool. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, her thing is now red on the floor, and he's like, animals. They're looking for the conveyor belt is just sending shit into space. They're looking underneath the conveyor belt. Not finding anything. He says, be a smart girl. Ruby Ann bought Soren's crew. He's not coming back. Machinery thudding. Just a bunch of sounds. Machinery beeping. Uh-oh. Something's gone wrong. He's like, Clive? Oh, Clive was the parkour dude that was chasing him. Oh, please tell me he was sent out in space. Yes. Yes, he was. Clive was dumb enough to get sent into space. Without an arm. How this happens, I do not know. We didn't get to see it. We didn't get to acknowledge what happened. It just kind of did. Yeah, literally, they were looking for him. He looked underneath the thing, didn't see anything. And now, boom. He's out in space. Without his arm. Floating. This is going to be one of those times where Philip gets mad at me because I want to say, we need the context to see what happened. Because that is unreasonable. I want to know how he got there. He seemed proficient and he seemed very agile. How he got thrown into fucking outer space is beyond me. I would like to know and see how. This doesn't pass the sniff test. Not from me. Not from me. Nope. Doesn't pass the sniff test. See, he's wondering. He's floating about. And he's like, you slippery bitch. He's got a karambit. He's like, nah. He's like, that's a shame. Now I won't even make it quick. mean, I'm assuming she gets away. She starts running. He catches her, throws her to the ground. He's trying to stab her with a karambit, which, by the way, he's holding it right, and you it has a ring and a curved edge on the bottom, right? That's how a karambit works, and so you can slice. And he's trying to stab her with a curved blade. With a curved blade. I'm being more quiet. That I don't understand. Why would you try to stab somebody with that? Like that? They're struggling. He stabs him. She stabs him with her little ear thingamajig. Stabs him. And she yelps, did you kill him? Oh, yeah. She killed him. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. Look at that. Dead. She really sunk that thing in there. Hot damn. You know how hard that would be? That is fucking impossible, right? There's no way she sunk that thing through his skull that deep. I think that was that long. That would have broken that little thin piece right there. That connected. Oh man, no, not a chance in hell. Not a freaking chance, bro. This show's ridiculous. So she runs away. Okay, so first ad break. That the show's that it's giving me. My thoughts so far. This is terrible. It's so bad. Even River doesn't like it. Maybe he didn't get to class on time for how to attack someone with a Velociraptor claw. Yeah, no, that's true. That's fair enough. What are we even doing? What is this world building? Why do we need this world building of her being some sort of slave? What is going on here? Why do we need this? What is this context? Is this supposed to show us how she got to where she was? And if so, why do we need this? We already know that she left with Soren. We don't need for her to have gone and turned into a slave and then had freed herself. This is a moot point. This is just like buying time. It's just bought you 15 minutes. That's all it's done. I bet you she's still got her passy in. Poor thing. I'm keeping her up. I feel so bad. I'm trying to be more quiet. I really am. Maybe it's because she's used to the sound of silence. What do I owe you? She didn't have her passy? Ah, I owe you a kiss. Or you can just punch me.
I'll kiss you too.
Oh, wait. He's messing up. Hold on. Okay. So, we cut to... I don't know why she's being that way. We cut to Riz throwing a hammer. Boom. She's smashing. Smashing. This dude's like, stop. And she didn't want to, and he's like, I said stop. How bad is it? She says it's nothing. And he's like, you booty holes. He's like, at war your whole life, surprised when you break down. He's like, let me help you. And she goes, not here. What are you talking about? What do you mean broken down? I mean, granted, this lady has plenty of scar tissue. River's not having it. She hates this show. She absolutely hates this show. Just lay her there. Alright, we're going to take a second. Basically.
Like every time I just sit down. Wait. Wait. Head down. No.
Yeah, having kids is fun. Yeah, probably. Hold on, let me mute this. Okay, so we're back. So I don't know why Kai's acting, but let's see. Oh no, poor baby. She is not having it. She's not having it. See, I guess this guy's name is Lewis. He's like, I recommend that they pull your ass off the line, or I could recommend. And she's like, I could kill you. Oh, he's blind. So, okay, so maybe she did injure herself because he put a pressure point somewhere and she's like, oof. And she's like, be nice, don't let them see. Or he says, be nice, and she says, don't let them see. Because he called her a dick. He's like, it's cool, I got you. Sits her down, she says, thanks. She says, Spartans never die. He's asking her about life without all the Spartan stuff. And she's like, oh, a life that doesn't matter. And obviously it struck a chord with him, and she's like, I'm sorry. And he's like, I know how you assholes thinks. I was you once. So I guess he was an ex-Spartan too. McPherson, heck yeah, having a blind character. I am one with the Force and the Force is with me. I'm one with Star Wars and now with Halo. Yep. Interesting. Oh, it looks like pretty soon we're going to get another fucking Chief and Ackerson thing. So he was an ex-Spartan. She's like, I wish you were out there with us. And he's like, yeah, you know, me too. What changed? And he's like, you wouldn't understand. She looks somber. There it is. Okay. So now we have John or Jimmy Rings in his full gear. Well, not full gear. I shouldn't say that. He's in his suit, his little tiny suit with Ackerson. So let's see what happens. And I'm interested. So he says, where's Cobalt? And of course, Ackerson's like, do you want to drink? Even though this isn't the originals or Vampire Diaries anymore, we still need people drinking alcohol. And so John's like, I don't drink. He's like, of course not. He's prodding with questions, and John wants to know what happened to Cobalt. And He's like, did they die? And Ackerson's like, Spartans never die, right? Chief is like, clears for action, or I'll find somebody that will. Basically threatening Ackerson. Again, this is more focusing on Oni. I mean, this line literally sums it up. Oni is running the show. Basically tell you right there how this character feels about this situation. He's like, no. Oni's running the show. We rule all. Run the show. I wish I could have done this earlier, but unfortunately I had to go grocery shopping. But it was something that needed to be done. So, can't be avoided. Otherwise I would have tried to stream this earlier when I had gotten home, but I was starving and we needed something to eat. So, it is so trying to paint a picture of this man being the bad man. Bad man. Oh, shit. Let me get that every time it gets me. And he goes, and I am the Oni. Yep, there you go. There you go. He is the bad guy. This is the bad guy. John looks at him with an angry face. He says, you sure I can't get you something? That's kind of funny. It doesn't allow me to be direct. See, okay, let's see. Sanctuary was dubious. Interesting. Interesting. So apparently his story isn't exactly lining up. It's not exactly lining up. So you look at this character here, and he's like, oh, you talk to Perez, the Marine, everybody that I was working with ended up dying. And he's like, yes, because they glassed a fucking planet and it was a terrible tragedy. But it's not necessarily that you saw a bunch of elites that stood down once Makee showed up. The chick that he banged. The fact remains the corporal did not confirm your story. So he is hallucinating. Or maybe I hate to say it, but I am kind of on Ackerson's side here. Given everything that he's received, he has no reason to think otherwise that Chief is hallucinating. He's been given every reason to think so, even though we're supposed to believe Chief. We're given no reason to actually believe so. It could be an unreliable narrator, but the writers aren't advanced enough to do that. And Chief is like, what are you talking about? What does that mean? She has no idea. Like, Perez has no recollection of what happened on Sanctuary as far as Chief is concerned, with like the 30 elites that I guess had allegedly stood down, or anything that happened. And he says that she's lying. Fucking wow. The chick that just went through hell and back is lying. No shot. No shot at all. Bro. You're telling me that a combat vet such as yourself, who's been through many an action, seen a lot of wartime, right? Been through hell. She hasn't. This chick has not been through such crazy times, okay? She's not seen such crazy shit. If she doesn't corroborate your story, who the fuck would? I mean, if she saw something like that, she'd remember it. See, McPherson, I'm 100% on the side of Oni, especially if there are other first-hand accounts that do not describe the mysterious 30 elite that don't slaughter a Spartan and a singular Marine. Yeah, exactly. Fucking facts right there. Absolutely. Why would 30 elites stand down when they could take out the demon? The demon! They gave him a name! No chance in hell. No shot. No shot. So he doesn't, it's not cooperating. She says she's lying. Wow. And he's like, put yourself in my position. Thank you. Thank you. Finally. Who would, yeah. Given your recent behavior, would you trust you? And he says, you can't win this war without us. And he says, I need my ship. Again, another time when they say they need Master Chief, but they never actually show him being chief. They just, say that he's important. More the same. At the end of the day, says Ackerson, he's just a guy in the suit. Shut the fuck up. Makes me mad. Makes me mad. That really bubbles. Oh, it makes me angry. You make me angry. Okay. Because Chief is such an iconic character. This is what happens when you take out your pellet and you start thinking that the one chick you banged has something to do with a Covenant conspiracy not to kill the Master Chief. Yes. Yes. Oh, that kills me, man. Oh. Your delays are pretty closer too, which is nice. It's good. I'm able to almost quasi keep a conversation going. Oops, my mic. No. Me, just a guy in the suit. I understand that they're trying to play on the idea that you kind of inherit the role of Master Chief, but bro, just a guy in a suit. No, he is a symbol. It's not something that you can just freaking replace. This guy is unstoppable. That's why they send him to do all this stuff. I understand. I don't know much about the Ackerson lore character, so maybe there's something to that, but just not into it. We're back on the Rumble planet, which sucks. I'm never looking forward to these scenes ever. I'm only looking forward to the lore and the action, and that's freaking it. Is there any action in this? Oh, this is gonna be a long road, bros. This is gonna be a long road. Okay. Kid brought her food? Oh, so she's like a stowaway. She's upset. Not sure what this area is. Oh yeah, it's it's still the Rumble. Or not the Rumble, the Rebel. Soren's old crew has found a crack in the manifold of their ship. So it looks like what's her face? Master Chief might be correct in saying Oni can't win the war without Spark. But he can without this version of the bitch ass Master Chief. Yeah, true. But it looks like as far as the Rebel is concerned, what's her face? Soren's wife has inherited the role of Pirate King. So that's terrific. Says you should go upstairs to get some rest. Basically saying that it looks like they're breaking down the ship that they stole. That Soren was kidnapped on. I'm guessing that's what it appears to be. Soren would have never left any of you behind. The cargo ship was in a decaying orbit. Yeah, hit lost the gyro. It was either detached or. Sorry, like I said, the voice text while driving does not accurately take down the dictation. Oh, it's fine. I can still get the kind of gist of it. I can still kind of quasi understand. It's not too bad. I can understand most of it. I understand you're on a long drive, McPherson. He's asking about the kid, obviously, seeing because that's because losing your dad is pretty rough. She says Soren's not dead, and the guy's like, "Oh no, of course not." She's like, "He's alive." Again, we have yet another scene of the woman talking down to a guy. I mean, we had all this in episode 1, but it's happening again. It, like I said, it's a pattern. It's a pattern, and I'm getting kind of sick of it. It's a gross pattern. Not super into it. Lara, we all want to find Soren, even though they set him up for it. She's like, this isn't the only ship on the Roboru. She's like, this is Soren's ship. She's really upset. Your captain, which was Soren, says, wait. It's just more fucking gobbledygook. None of this is interesting. Kid's asking about her ear, and she's like, oh, it's grown-up stuff. She says she has to go. Because she just does. At least she has a better haircut in this show. The little kid thinks his dad's still coming back, and she's like, he's not coming back. And he puts on the little chief helmet and runs away. Oh, his name's Kessler. I totally didn't catch that. I feel stupid now. She's upset. She's looking at markings on the walls, kind of like what she did earlier in the last episode. Oh, we get this lovely shot of what's her face running through the fields. That's elegant. If I've ever seen it. Oh, it's Riz. It's Riz. She's running very elegantly. Great. Love to see it. Love to fucking see it. She's running through a field. When are we going to find the fucking Halo? When are we going to, start the plot? This season 2? Oh, man, this is the set, too, isn't it? Isn't it? She's running from something. Look at this. Look at this. Yo, guys, look at this. Tell me this doesn't look like a set for, like, Halo. Look at this. Green pastures, rock walls, waterfalls, riversides. Come on. I saw the pictures when they were filming on this set. When they were filming for season 2, which I didn't think they were going to get. When they were filming for season 2, I thought this was going to be the Halo ring. I thought they were going to land on the Halo by now. What? What? Are you serious? Are you serious? McPherson, how much you want to bet that with how stupid this version of Halo is, they use a square in its place? For what? Oh, shit. This is one of those times I want to need the extra context, bro. Let me know the context for that one. But yeah, no, I thought this was the Halo ring, and this is a perfect set for a Halo ring. A ring roll, right? Aw, oh, come on. It's not that hard, guys. You have it in front of you. Literally copy and paste it. It's fine. We'll be okay. Jesus. She's running through the fucking field of what I thought was going to be a Halo ring. I want the shot. The camera shot of them doing the pan. You know, when it's the first thing you do when you play Halo. Oh, Halo is a circle. These guys clearly have never been around a Halo, so they made it a square. Which, yes, okay, I'm stupid. Yeah, he's square. Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm being stupid. I'll send some love that way. But yes, you're right. They would use a square instead of a circle for the Halos. But I mean, come on, Jesus. So she's running from something. This is the perfect set for a Halo Ring World. She says Resident Evil. Oh, they're training. They shot her. She falls. It was Chief who shot her, I guess. Let's see. No, bro, you're having the drinks for me because that would be bad if I were drinking as much as you were. Yeah, that would be bad. You shouldn't be drunk. Yeah, he's going on a long drive, good old McPherson. Yeah, right? Vanek says, ha ha ha, game over. Tell me, what's it like?
I thought you were gonna say gay.
And he says, she's like, what? And he's like, losing, I wouldn't know. What'd you say, Shay?
I thought you were just gonna stop it. He said gay.
He said, gay? No, okay. He's like, I wouldn't know. And she says, you're insufferable. Honestly, that's the best joke that's ever been said in this whole freaking show. He's like, he's chuckling, game over, he says. He's like, what's it like? What? Lose, he's like, losing, I wouldn't know. And she's like, you're insufferable. He's like, because I've never lost. Oh, God. Oh, I know what they're going to do. They're going to make him Drax. That's what they're going to do. They're going to make him Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what it is. They're making him Drax. Oh, no. No, it's so predictable. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys the fucking joke that he said in the last episode. God, I'm so bad at this. Huh? My audio is on. Yes. I've been looking at it periodically. In the first episode when they were having that confrontation with the other Spartans, he says something along the lines of, "I want to wear you like a sock."
Apparently, it's not a gay.
And apparently, it's not a gay thing. It's just he's gonna shove his foot up his ass. It's just a really weird way to. I have the picture that has the text on it.
Sounds like something a virgin would say.
Yeah. It's.
Hey, we yell at that cat.
Which cat? Hey, get down. Get down. Hold on. I gotta find it. I will find it for you. Promise. You guys text me. I'm missing a lot of this shit. Hold on. Shh. There it is. Bro, I'm about to wear you like a sock. Yeah, that line. It's like, that is the weirdest way to say you're going to shove a foot up someone's ass. It's not gay if you're wearing boot bands. What the fuck is a boot band? Jay, you know what a boot band is? A boot band.
Band.
A band for your boot.
Like the band plays on band?
No, not like the band plays on band. Like a band for your boot.
Like a belt.
Yeah.
But a band.
Yeah.
Nope.
Cool. Me neither. Well, but it's not gay if you're wearing boot bands. says McPherson. Anyway, this guy's basically he's
Must not get laid too much if he compares everything to wearing a sock.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but it says you must not get laid too much if everything he references is to wearing a sock. God, fucking got him. Oh man. And she says, "Yeah, I get it." The whole joke. He's like, "Cause I never lost." Oh my god. Yes, he's just like the guy from Guardians. He's like, "So for me, it'll be a new experience." Shut the fuck up. Let me. I need to experience this. Y'all guys are Jesus Christ. Y'all carried that way too long. They're worried about Riz, and Chief is like, "Nah, she can do it. She's totally fine." And he's like, "Riz, you okay?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'm I'm totally fine." She goes and starts doing her thing, and Chief is basically looking at Kai, who is questioning him, and she's like, and he says, you got a fucking problem?" She just kind of looks at him. McPherson. Some people use a sock as a term for something else when talking about a different appendage than their foot. And they are on a spaceship, and if it's a ship, it belongs to the Navy, so therefore, yeah, I know where you're going with that one. Not too big of a stretch.
The Navy?
The Navy, yes.
Are they the one that like crayons?
No, the Marines are the ones that like crayons. The Navy is gay.
So they like crayons.
So they like phallic crayons.
I mean, they're kind of phallic.
Yeah, kinda. It looks like they've like degraded down to the Halo Reach rifle. And it looks like they're just doing some simple sparring. Yes, McPherson's correct. The Navy is gay.
Ding ding ding. Gay.
Looks like they're chasing her, basically.
Maybe the sock reference makes more sense. Is he a Marine or is he the Navy?
What?
The sock reference.
What about the sock reference?
It's because he's part of the Navy or the Marines or whatever.
Oh, no. I mean, I think he might
I feel like it
understand.
makes more sense though.
Yeah. So it looks like she's trying to grab or trying to capture a target, and they're trying to shoot her down beforehand. And she can't get it. And she falls. Chief doesn't even try to shoot her. He's got her on sight, and she just can't grab it. She's trying. And she ultimately, as y'all guys see here, falls. Bam. Not looking too great. So Riz is injured, and she doesn't want to admit it. She's injured, pretty hurt. That's a big fall. Oh. Ow. That was a big fall, and she landed on her back. Oh no, she's up and moving. Her legs are okay. She's not paralyzed. I don't know why she'd be coughing. She's got a mask that can, house ventilation from water, but it's fine. Chief is basically going paranoid. He's like, we're training night and day, basically, because they're out there training the enemy. It's like, the enemy's out there. They're constantly training. They're getting close. I can prove it. And Kai's like, how? And he's like, I want to find Cobalt. So what have we experienced up until this point? A bunch of bullshit that we really don't need. A bunch of fluff. Some random training that was done in a spot that we don't really give a shit about. I have zero interest in this show. I have no interest in this show. It is boring. It is lame. I can't believe I've been going on for nearly 3 hours myself. Ugh, God, I want to call it fucking quits, bro. It's ridiculous. Oh, this show is something else, man. Halo is such a easy entity to adapt. You have everything. You have the plot. You have the characters. You have the art styles. You have so much you can go off of. But you don't. I will never understand. Ever. How you could have flopped this hard. People are trying to give this show credit. They're like, oh, you know, I like the scenes with Ackerson and John. And, you know, the fight scenes are pretty good. No. No. This is not good. Stop. Stop lying to people. This is shit. And I knew it was gonna be. We all knew. This is a problem. It's a damn shame because this could be so great. So great. But it's not. It's terrible. And see where it goes from here. It's freaking ridiculous. I think I'll do less on the library. Oh, they're playing backgammon again. The Ginger and Catherine, I think. Oh god, I forgot to give away the thing. Sometimes taking a small loss is better than trying to win. It's the message. She's asking about the man again. Oh, shit. Her nose is bleeding green. Her nose is bleeding. Again. The Ginger wants to know what's happening to her. And Catherine says she's dying. Or dying. And she's like, did I do something wrong? And Catherine's like, it's gonna be all good. She just wants to know the dude's name. Fucking tell us the name. What is the name? See. That is what an old lady in the beginning meant by some things have a soul. The Ginger does not. Ah ha ha. That's why she keeps dying over and over again. How tragic. Oh, she died again. Okay, so that was that. Riz is paranoid. They're in some weird area. This is a weird setup, bro. Like, what the fuck am I looking at? Look at this setup. So we got two of these little light towers, right? And then a random third lamp here. Odd metallic door. Some of this are so it looks like we're trying to dress up a prison chamber, you know, with some of these pillars and kind of this rustic look. Well, not rustic, rusty. But we do have a couple of plants in here which look nice and some nice rugs. But other than that, what is where the fuck are we? What? I don't understand. So gay. Why are you watching gay section?
It's the originals. I mean, they have to do something, I guess.
It's fair. When people were starting to get sick, that blind dude felt invincible.
offended that they're not women, honestly. Like, where's the lesbian shit? Equality.
So he started to go blind, probably because of effects from the augmentations that he suffered. He's like, I couldn't have told anybody. And she's like, you could have told me. And he's like, nah. Because you know I wasn't one of you. He's like, I didn't want to be somebody going blind. I wanted to be a Spartan. Tragic. Even if just for a little while. Man, I just wanted to be a Spartan. Man. They really want to make this something that's not. And he's like, oh man, the last one of his last memories is how he saw everybody, how incredible and awesome everybody looked for being Spartans. I guess he just has a sense of pride, and then it all went dark. So tragic. Dude walks in and they see Kai and or not, they see Riz and they're like, "Who's this?" And blind dude's like, "She's a friend." And he's like, "Oh, friend, nice." So then we cut to Jimmy Rings, John Halo. Ackerson is talking to, we don't know. He's talking to Kai, and he's like, you know Chief better than anyone, probably. And he's like, do you agree? And Kai's like, well, he's like, you might help me to help him. He's like, could you do that for me? And Kai says, sure. He's trying to subvert all this. He's like, have you seen any indications that John might be a threat to his team? Oh no, he's gone crazy. He could hurt himself. What is this plot, dude? And she's like, nah. He's like, that's relief. And he seems stressed. She says, I just think it's a lot. Carrying it all, seeing everything, and what they did to him. She says, I just wonder sometimes if he can let the past become the past. He needs to learn to let go. And Ackerson hits back with, you have concerns about John Mills? Well, fucking obviously. Who wouldn't? Yeah, obviously. Who wouldn't have concerns about John Mills? This dude is unhinged. He's a dangerous weapon. And she says no. Yeah, he's definitely. He is so solid. I don't know what's going on with this show, man. Obviously, he's trying to pry and see if he can get somebody to crack. And he's saying, oh, the door's always open. You always stop in and rat on your friends. John saw Perez. Oh, John seen Perez. That's the best line. This is the most Master Chief thing ever. Okay, let's see. So he's trying to talk to Perez, I guess, and he's like trying to walk in. He's inserting himself in, and this lady shows up. She sees, Jimmy Rings, and she's like, Perez is like, oh, he was just about to leave, totally. And she goes, You are very large. I feel like this is supposed to be Alan Richardson, but yes, just like you are very large. I like that. And then he goes, "Yes, ma'am." I can appreciate that. That I can appreciate. That was funny. Offering him inside. I'm sure he accepts, but we don't get to see that because it cuts back to Riz. All of her injuries. Guys, like, the first to come see me, this doctor of sorts. He's like, you warriors think the scars are on the outside, but they're actually not. They're on the inside. Your mental state, that really matters, bruh. Which I mean, sure. Please tell me it's her chakra that's fucked up. It's a second pellet. I don't know. He says that's just your pain because she's experienced something. She's like, what is it? What is that? And he's like, it's your pain. It's okay. Let it go. Just be chill. Your life is yours, man. It's yours. So I guess it's just mental pain, but for some reason pressing on the back helps. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe there's something merit to that. The fuck are we watching, bro? How much of this time? Oh god. Guys, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this shit. I know I got to though. The praying, I guess, over the meal. McPherson says, and no wonder this is a fantasy story. Command cares about mental health. Yes, yeah, right. So fucking true. They hyper focus on mental health in this. So they're all praying. Chief is getting a little angsty, it looks like. He's getting that humming in his head. Getting the flashbacks. Oh, another flashback scene. Let's see. What the fuck? What? Hold on. So they're like, look at this guy, Jimmy Rings here, right? Like, so what's with this dude? And she's like, can we just eat, please? And he's like, you must have women climbing all over. I assume they think that he's on a date with Perez, but it's not working out that way. I don't think. Maybe maybe we will get the anime Master Chief harem after all. It just started, with Maki, but then it's going to go to Perez, and then Kai, and then Riz, and then we will have a harem anime by the end of it, guys. I swear, it's what's coming down the pipe. It's like you must have women climbing all over him, and then somebody said probably some men too, dude. Straight harem. Even the guys are into Johnny Cheeks. See, it says mind your own business. He's like, Talia never brought anyone home before. Probably because she didn't bring him home. He showed up and kept the door open when they tried to close it. And one of the guys is like, I think we deserve to know if they're basically fucking. And Mama's like, Antonio. Tell him stop, basically. What's your kill-death ratio? Why would you ask kill-death ratio? Obviously, his death would be... What? Why would you ask a KD to a military combat vet? What's your kill-death ratio? I don't know. I haven't technically fucking... Well, I mean, I guess he has died once. Oh, this is cringe. You're asking him his KD, bro. And I'll be honest, nobody says KDR. You just gotta say KD. What's your KD? Kill to death. It's that easy. What's your KD? Oh, fucking cringe. What's your kill death ratio? He even had to say it. He's like, what's your KDR? Your kill death ratio? Oh, shut up, bro. Come on, you don't play Spartan Attack? And he goes, I don't keep score. You don't play Spartan Attack? And he's like, I don't keep score. I kill all of them. Everybody's triggered. Everyone's laughing. Or sort of. Guy's like, I think I almost peed myself. Okay, they're trying to make him seem cool, I guess. They're all freaking out because they realize he's a Spartan. They're making a toast to Talia and her Marines. And the Spartans. That's nice. Not just the men, but the women and the grunts, and the children and the grunts too. That's amazing. Yes. Everybody will submit to the Master Chief Jimmy Ring's harem. Everyone. No one is safe. To Talia. Salute, bro. She steps away from the table. They sit around on a pedestal or on a block looking at the world, the city. I guess it's Reach. See, she says comms went down around the relay. Wasn't sure what was causing it. She was scanning the band. She heard something. Oh man, what could have been in the interference? He's like, what'd you hear? Oh no. She said she just knew they weren't alone. That was probably the Covenant, you nuts. She's like, I could feel it. Nah, she's so traumatized by this situation. How do you explain why that thing didn't kill me? Because it should have killed me. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why I didn't kill you. It really should have. She goes, that's why I didn't tell Ackerson. They gave me a medal. And I still don't know what's for. Well, obviously it's for, service, I guess. Surviving? Yeah, sure. I'd count it. I wouldn't discredit surviving. She's like, is that all I did? It's like, surviving's not a bad rap. It's important. Surviving isn't terrible. Might not be a goal to want to achieve, but credit where credit's due. You survive. It's not an easy thing to do. Chief says no. Eerie music ensues. He stands up. You heard a message. This will happen again. He's talking about the PTSD. He's like, the faces pop when you least expect, don't get better. Just gets further away. Tragic. Chief has seen some things. We're now to the advertisement. We're now in the final stretch of episode 2. What am I watching? What is the point of this? I don't understand, man. I'm ready to end this, bro. I'm fucking tired, bro. This is late. I normally don't stay up this late. I've been up since 4 in the morning. Oh, I want to go to bed. I want to go to bed. I really want to go to bed. Baby's passed out on my wife. It's a day. I tell you. Oh, oh man, we got just a little bit left though from what I've seen. Excuse up. You falling asleep, sweetheart? You falling asleep? River's asleep. Why don't you guys go lay down? You woke up baby. No. Oh, Halsey, this is strange. Not all clones described a nice man. And yet here you are. He's like, we both knew I'd be here someday. Oh, it's fucking... What's his face? He is now talking with Halsey. What the fuck is going on here, bro? What is this? Why is Klaus Ackerson, whatever the fuck, why is he talking with Halsey? We knew we'd both be here someday. She got 2 fucking games of backgammon. She's like, there's a pomegranate tree in my father's garden in Port Vernon. He spent years cultivating it, even though they're not native to this planet. You just wake me up a couple hours, blah blah blah, to till the garden, take care of it. She resented it, and she thought it was beneath her. And she set one of his trees on fire. He never suspected her dad. She's never told anyone that story. Whoa. She's like, get somehow that tree. There's only one person who can know about it. And Ackerson's like, any resemblance is pure coincidence. Cortana apparently is secure, and Halsey wants to know where John is. He's like, let's not get ahead of ourselves. She's like, what do you want from me? And he says, I want to introduce you to someone. He says, this is Julia. Oh, wow. Yeah, great. I have no idea what the fuck this is. Ah, the tree caught on fire. Whoa, the symbolism. So she's in some sort of hologram room, it looks like, I guess. Chief is wandering about. Not sure where to. We got some people walking. It's really not that crazy. We got Ackerson walking into where the relic is. The one that was from episode 1. So we got that one in here now. Look, guys, it's back. The thing that did all the things. Look at it. Look at its preciousness. And it looks like Chief is investigating the Cobalt disappearance. Ackerson touches the relic. Nothing really happens. There she is. So this is our Cortana. Oh god, I had that screen again. Fuck. So this is our Cortana. She looks more like the weapon than she does Cortana. Which, I mean, it's not great. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Is it better than it was before? Yes, but it's not great. Chief continues investigating, it looks like. Let's see. 97% probability of what? Hold on. Any progress with the problem I gave you? And she says there's a 97% probability regardless of any action taken. Huh. Hold on. And he wants to prevent the outcome. She says they all give the same result regardless of any action taken. Kirsten, I'm telling you, man, they are stealing half the show from Mass Effect. Oh, yeah, probably. And he says, I see. Uh-oh, baby's upset. And he says, so there's nothing to be done. I guess that's from a reach. She's like, oh, but I could continue to run simulate. Nah, man, but bro, this ain't gonna work. He's like, no, no thanks. She's like, are you leaving already? And he's like, yeah, but I'll try and visit again. And she says, but you won't, you can't. According to the simulations. What are these simulations? What is this, the fucking Clone Wars Silmarillion? And he's like, it's just something people say. It's a phrase, Cortana, gosh. Chief is continuing to investigate the Cobalt story, I guess. Where the fuck they went. Unknown mission, Epsilon Eridani system. Oh yeah, Reach. Okay, so that's Reach. Are they on Reach? They never left the planet. Oh, fuck. What? The plot thickens. It looks like Chief is maybe going rogue again. I don't know. He's piloting a Pelican. Anything can fucking happen at that point. Anything can happen. But wouldn't he need a flight plan and to notify everybody where he's going? Can't just friggin' leave and do whatever he wants. They're going to Visegrad Relay. Don't tell me the comms array went down on Visegrad Relay. Fucking Visegrad went down a few days. Oh, this makes me mad. Oh, this makes me mad. This is what happens in the beginning of Reach. McPherson says Mass Effect main character John Shepard touches random artifact that no one else can activate except for the main antagonist. Oh wow, funny. That's funny. Yeah, I knew as soon as they were talking about let's see, not Halo the show. John, a super soldier, touches a relic that no one else except this other chick that sides with the bad guys. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, exactly. So in Halo Reach, in the very beginning, it's about the Visegrad relay was lost, the contact, basically. They sent a Marine squadron up there and all reported missing, and so they send the Noble team. But now I guess Silver team is going instead. Fun. Ugh. And they're like, they're cleared for combat, and he's like, affirmative, so I assume he's lying. Oh shit, I let all that play. Ah, fuck, that's not good. That's not good. I can't let all that play. It's a good thing I don't have anybody watching. Oh, my mic is super quiet. Oh yeah, it is. It is. I'm sorry. Let me fix that. Let me boost that back up. That's better. That's better. Then we get this line. Covenant is on reach. This is such an important moment in Halo's lore. And this is fucking abysmal. This line is so important in Halo Reach. And just hearing it now. I'm dead inside. I'm dead. Yeah, River agrees with me right now. This is the worst. Yeah, it doesn't feel important at all. So now we got a random Marine squad. I assume the Visegrad Marine team. Not seeing anything. A bunch of Marines are staring at a like black tunnel. They're opening fire with their battle rifles. They're trying to cease fire. They're reloading. First squad's moving up. Oh. They're going to get fucked up by elites. Willing to bet. Okay, I guess they're sending in second squad then. Wow. Nice. Nice. Great. Great, guys. Lovely. Oh, there's the shot of the elite killing people. That's great. Yep, of course your gun's not going to do any shit. Use a throwing knife. Throw your knife at him. No, don't use your pistol. Use your knife. It works better, I promise. Oh, and he's being choked, sort of. And I just heard a woman speak saying Healy. Fuck. Oh, no, guys. Guys. She's back. Oh, bro. No. I don't want you. I think he snapped that dude's neck. Yeah. There's no honor in this fight. And she says, door. And she says, please. Obviously. Wow, you're so kind and considerate. They open up this door. See, she begins to walk through the door. Don't know what she sees yet. Foreigner artifacts. Fucking told you. Fucking told you. That's why they show up early. It's for foreigner artifacts. That's always why they show up before they glass a planet. They come in to steal the fucking foreigner artifacts. And that is the end of season 2, is she finds the fucking artifact. Whatever artifact that is. Oh. guys, this show, it's killing me, man. It's killing me. The importance, like none of this. Halo is such an interesting IP. I contend it with Star Wars. Like they're fucking pretty close together. And this is dog shit. I swear to God, if I see anybody trying to hype this, I want to shut that down so fast. But anyway, I'm fairly tired, so I want to go to bed. But thank you all so much for watching. And we'll catch you guys later. Thank you guys for staying in the chat. You made this very fun. I love the conversation. I love the discussion. It definitely helped make time go by in a fun way. I really enjoyed it. So I will catch you guys later. Let's see. New show canon. Covenant equals British Empire for cultural artifact saving. Yes. Yes, basically. Thank you for joining the stream. And I might not get these last comments, McPherson, so I apologize. Because I know there is a slight delay, but I appreciate you. And I thank you all so much for watching. This was a lot of fun. I'll make sure to do this again soon. And I'll see you later. And I will keep up with this show. I want to talk about this show until it's gone. So I will see you later. Bye. Bye. I want to say bye until it's over. Bye.